What's up, everybody? We are back. It is Cassidy Haynes from bodyslam.net, the owner, and whatever else I do on Bodyslam. But it doesn't matter because I can't do shit without this guy next to me. Mike, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well today. Having a good day.
It sounded like it earlier. You seemed like you were having a good day.
Yeah. Did my legal Canadian activities. So,
hey, man, I'm right with you doing my illegal North Carolina activities. So, whatever.
Yeah.
And as you see, got the top bun going today. So things are pretty wild.
That thing's spread out. That thing's spread out, man. It's like a man fan.
Dude, I'm channeling my John Belushi when he was the samurai that would cut things. Yeah, that's what it pretty much looked like, I think.
You got this.
But we're back. Another episode of Game Changer Weekly. And see, what we're going to do here is, since we kind of missed last week, you had the diarrhea? Or what happened? I don't remember.
I had all sorts of horrific stomach things happen.
Yeah, we did not to put you on blast, but I mean, hey, it's America and Canada. You have diarrhea there too.
So I put something on blast last Tuesday, so
yeah,
it was
I'm gonna put you on blast today, so that's fine.
It was a horrible day.
So we were gonna do the recap of the North Carolina and Atlanta run after the Cole interview or before the Cole interview, but shit happens. I'm on these puns today, brother.
Oh my god!
So that happens, and shit happens, and we pushed it back a week. We just let the Cole interview be a standalone. But this week, leading into a big weekend in Chicago, we're going to look back at the Atlanta, North Carolina run and talk about that as well. But man, how have you been other than all that, brother, since last week?
Really good. Getting busy. Got a lot of stuff going on. We've got Chicago's kind of crazy this weekend with a bunch of wrestling. There's also there's a whole lot of pay-per-views. So on the Body Slam side, I've been
just trying Chicago's going to be busy.
Yeah. So I've been trying to organize, who's doing what shows, who's covering what. That's been keeping me busy.
I appreciate you doing that because, as you know, I will be in Chicago in the thick of it. So I won't be able to participate too much, but I might pop in on some shows. Who knows?
Yeah. Hey, you're going to get I'm sure we'll have some fantastic stories next week on Game Changer Weekly after that weekend.
A lot I probably won't be able to talk about, but a lot of that I will. So that'll be fun. Oh, man. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm leaving tonight sometime after this. This will be the last technical work thing I do before I actually decide to pack.
You're an animal.
Yeah. And then I need to eat dinner probably, maybe. There might be a nap in my future. I don't know, but at some point I got to start that 11-hour drive. So,
White Mike going with you?
No, he's got to wrestle Dragon Con tomorrow
shit.
or Thursday. Damn. He's got Dragon Con on Thursday, so that's big down in Atlanta. So he'll be doing that. But no, it's just me. I'm going up there. I got one of my friends from Body Slam. She's flying in to help do pictures and shit and video if I need to do any video. But yeah, man, it'll be a fun week. I go every year. I love the GCW weekend up there, man. That's my actual favorite part of the weekend, or the week, actually. But I'll be doing all 3 AEW shows as well. And I might do, I don't know what I'm going to do Thursday night. I might do either freelance or whatever Mosh is doing. I think that's AAW. I might do that instead.
Yeah.
But not sure, man. And then I think on Saturday during the day, I got media for that Wrestlers Showcase event, that little tournament.
There you
go. So I'll be at that as well. I'll make an appearance at that. So I guess I'm busy as shit this weekend, brother. All the not just GCW stuff, but I'll be at all those too. The 4-Cup stuff on Friday night, and then what do we got Saturday? We got something during the day Saturday. That goes on at the same time as the showcase. So they're not too far from each other. They're a couple miles apart.
Yeah,
so
Settlement
series.
Yeah.
So I'll check out the Settlement series for a little bit and then bounce over back and forth, one or the other. They're right next to each other. So I'll check both of those out during the day. And then Art of War games.
Yeah, Art of War now. They dropped the games out, eh?
What happened there? I missed something. I've been busy this week. Did they get forced to change that?
I can only assume, but I don't know. There's been no, I haven't heard news on it at all. I've started noticing that over the last, I don't know, I'd say week or so, they started advertising it.
I saw the posters were changed too, right?
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, pretty much everything is updated. They just announced Matt Cardona is going to be there today. So when that graphic came out, I'm looking at it right now. Here, you know what?
Me too, buddy. Me too, Mark. Mark can't
There
wait.
we go. Oh, let me take that overlay down.
God, production. Look at you.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Matt Cardona is going to be back, and yeah, it certainly just says the Art of War now.
Double ring cage, Aussie Open versus Wayne and Oliver, Sawyer, Charlie, Shelley, and Blake. Man, okay,
Yeah.
interesting. I'll look into that this week, and I'll dig. I should have done that before this, but I'll root around and see what I can figure out.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And speaking of you getting around, you got around to North Carolina and Atlanta, 2 weekends ago. I don't know, 2 weekends ago.
It wasn't this last weekend, but the weekend before.
It's like a week and change now. Yeah,
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks or week and some change. Yeah, no, it was fun. We went. Was that Friday night in Charlotte? I think. Yeah, we went. We got there early. White Mike and I did. We got there super early and helped set up the ring. We helped George South and everybody set up, and all his students there and all the AML people helped set up and got the ring set up chairs and everything super early. And that's when they put Mike on. So that was fun. Hey, man. Hey, Mike. Hey. Jimmy's awesome. So big love to Jimmy Lloyd for putting him on. That was awesome. Hey, Mike, you got your gear, man? So, yeah, that was fun. Dude, that whole show was great. I was there all day, though. Like I said, I got there at like fucking noon. And the show didn't start till like 7:30, but
yeah, you even did a podcast, right? I think you were on like
I was on
Maggie and Rob's show, right?
Yeah, like 4:30. Yeah, so I was like, I got
Yeah.
time, so I had to go find it. So I'm just like hanging out there in the hallway, and like people just keep walking by. Like I'd be sitting there like, "Hey, Effy," and like Mance would be like, "What's up, brother?" And I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah, you're like 15 feet from the bathroom. Like just
At one
inside a
point,
Dippin'
I was
Dots. You're
like,
like
"This
just
should
right
be-"
beside Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, I was like, I should sit here because there's a bench. And then all of a sudden, it was just like you could hear people shitting and pissing. I was like, well, that's not gonna work. So then I found a little Dippin' Dots booth. Oh, also, I lost my key for my car while I was sitting there doing the podcast next to the Dippin' Dots thing.
Oh no!
So then later at night, when I went back to my car to, get things out of my car, I was like, oh shit, where's my key? And I was like, I bet I know where it is. So I went to try to get in through the side door that I was looking at, and it was locked. So I'm like banging on the window, and I'm like, "Ma'am, my key." And she's just like, "I don't know what you're saying." I'm like, "Let me in. My key's right there." I eventually got in and got my key, but I could see it. It was funny. But yeah, I knew it was there. I was wearing basketball shorts. It falls out of your pocket.
Oh yeah, no, you can't you can't sit down with anything in basketball shorts. It ends up beside you on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, all that basketball I do though, I got to have my shorts ready. You know what I'm saying? Just in case the game breaks out.
No, look, I don't play it. I still wear them all the time too. We don't have to justify.
Yeah, it doesn't look like I play a lot of basketball, but I appreciate like you bought into that though. I mean, I worked you good on that, but yeah, no, it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Good day. We had some good stuff though that day. It was really fun. Mike was ribbing some of the kids. It was good. While George was setting up the ring, told him, just fun stuff like that. Good stuff.
That's amazing.
Hamrick was ribbing some of the boys. That was fun.
That was a cool card too.
It was a lot of fun, man. I was so proud of all the guys too, because I know so many of those North Carolina guys, and it was pretty much just like North Carolina versus GCW in a way. So it was really fun to sit there and watch so many people that I actually know, you know what I mean, personally in real life, and that I see every weekend too, almost now. You know what I mean? So it was just great. Like I got to watch Bojack and Mike and Diego were in a scramble this weekend at AML. Pretty much, ran almost the same match back with a couple of new guys. Mike won for Mike Russell's for the AML World Title on the 24th. So hey, what about that? But
they got to get in there in that scramble with B-Boy too. Like that's
awesome. A legend,
yeah.
Right? And man, that match was so much fun too. I've watched it back a few times, and it gets better and better. Like I was pretty critical watching it because I was like, "Oh, these are my guys," so I was picking apart everything that I saw. But watching it back, man, Mike was the same way. He was real critical on it, but we've sat back and watched it a few times here at the house, bro. And it's so much more fun watching it back, and everybody did so good. But like that ending though of that match was kind of funny because you saw Bojack almost the ring ropes he almost didn't commit to the backflip or to the moonsault or whatever, and Mike was like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die!" So he rolled out and just got clipped by the foot, the back of the head instead, and sold that as the finish. But he would have about died. He was like, "I made a last second decision," but
Bojack moonsaulting period. Like whether he gets all of it or some of it, it's gonna that's gonna fucking hurt.
Man, I'm just so glad people have got to see Bojack finally, dude. He's a North Carolina guy that one of our secrets down here, man. And you heard the crowd, dude. That was his building. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he showed off at Deadlock a couple times too.
I think he's there. Wasn't he one of their champions for a little bit?
I believe, yeah.
I know Tankman's got a belt down there now.
I shouldn't say a couple times. He showed off there a lot of times, actually.
Yeah, he's a regular. He's a
Yeah.
regular.
Like,
yeah. Deadlock's big, man. They're down in the Raleigh area, which is like 5 hours for me because North Carolina's fucking huge. But
I wish they didn't have their own single like standalone on demand service, and I could.
PWX did that too.
I would watch every single show if it was a thing that I didn't have to like be its own separate subscription just to watch.
Yeah,
it's there's so many wrestling subscriptions nowadays, Cass. Oh my god! And then I still spend money on Fight on GCW, because what ends up happening is you have a show like this weekend where they're like, okay, well, we've got 4 Cup stuffed, and we've got the Settlement Series on IWTV, so that doesn't count. We got 4 Cup stuffed, we've got Art of War, Big Gay Brunch, and it's like, oh, well, we're gonna combo it all together on Fight for $29.99. $29.99.
Buy the bundle.
Like I'm like, oh well, like, oh, they're like $17 standalone, and then I'm like, oh, but I can get them all for like $30. Yeah, okay, I'll do that, because then I can watch the replays.
Man, or just get that rubbed where you're important up to where they give you shit.
That's what we're hoping for. Also, shout out and thank you to Revolver for doing that the one time, and then also to
that's awesome, dude. I love those guys, man. They do
also
such
to Mike,
shit.
Also Mikey at Black Label Pro for the Gang Crosses.
Hey, I'll see those guys this weekend. They're part of. Aren't they always part of? 4 Cup stuffed.
4 Cup stuff. Yeah, it's the crossover show, and that card looks so cool, man. We'll talk about it after, because we still got Atlanta and stuff to talk about.
Well, let's finish Charlotte. Out. What opened the show? The opener was
Andrew Everett, Kevin Blackwood.
Oh man,
yeah,
I love Andrew Everett. Man. He's a giant.
He's a giant. He's like 7 foot. He's like 7'5", 300 pounds.
Fucking huge.
It's crazy. He's enormous.
God, and the stuff he does for his size, it's fucking incredible.
Wild. You love an athletic big man,
And again, he's from Burlington. He's from our area, so I mean, just you love to see the kid grow into his, to come into his size like that.
Yeah, no, I talk about Kevin Blackwood all the time on Indeed. I love watching him wrestle. He's just beats the shit out of people. I got
a story for you after. Remind me to tell you a story off the air about a match of his. But anyway, Andrew Everett though. Let's put Andrew Everett over.
Hell yeah.
He ended up winning that match, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, man. Has he been on GCW before?
I think so.
It's been a while though. I think probably.
I'll find out. I'll find out.
But
he's definitely been on GCW. But
it's been a while though, right?
Yeah, he did this match this year, and then in 2020 he had two matches.
Okay, been 2 years. So it's been a while since he's been there.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I think that's it.
He and I have similar glasses when he's not wrestling, so I'm a big fan.
That's interesting. See, that's something I never know. It's like, who wears glasses? Because nobody's wrestling in them. So except for like Dan
Mike,
the dad.
he wears glasses.
Except for Dan the dad. He's the only. He actually be wearing them. But
I mean, those are combat glasses that he has. Those are his combat glasses.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun, man. I love talking to Andrew. So I love anytime I see a show with him, man. We always get to catch up and hang out and chill. But man, like he killed it that match, man. Him and Kevin really fucking opened that show up. Got the crowd hot.
Absolutely.
What did you think of that match? Because you're a big Blackwood fan. So tell me what you thought. Because I'm a big Andrew Everett fan. So for me, I was just like, wow, I was all hype. But what did you think?
Oh, I got to see his fantastic kicking the shit out of everybody. Well, Andrew, but it doesn't matter who it is. You're just gonna kick the shit out of them. But yeah, I don't
remember. Did he catch a choke slam? Did he get choke slammed? I don't remember. It's been so long.
I know he hit one. He choke slammed Andrew. That was crazy because
he stole his move.
Oh. I can't believe he got him off the ground.
I can't either. That's impressive too.
Yeah, that's some shit. But
we're not going to talk about that.
These are the reasons I enjoy Kevin Blackwood. He's super strong. Chokeslam a giant.
Anyway, but that was a fun match, man. That was a good match all around. Crowd went up. Crowd was popped for Andrew. I think he won on a move off the top, maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember, man.
I haven't watched it in like a week, but
I was all over the place too that night too. There's
I know,
people I
enjoyed
knew
it.
in the crowd, so I was running and seeing friends. I was in the back. People kept texting me like they were asking me, "Hey, are you backstage? I think I see your head poking through the curtain." I'm like, "Fuck!" And I would like
Yeah,
close the curtain and then go.
I saw you in the back row in about 3 different spots all throughout the show.
Yeah, if
And
you
I'm
watch during George South's promo, you can see me and White Mike. He's already pulled his um, straps down, so he's just all like tits out in the back there. We're just dying, and you can see Ricky and Carrie in front of us, and they're the same. Like the four of us are just losing our shit while George is just heating the crowd up. It was fun.
I don't want to skip all over the card, but like you said, Ricky and Carrie and that 6-man tag they had was so much fun with Axton
We'll get to
Ray.
that. We'll get to that. What was second? We'll just do it because I'm skipping. Me and my ADHD brain.
Los Macizos
Ooh,
versus Charlie and Bill, Charlie and Everett.
yeah, man, that was fun.
Yeah, that was. Macizos are insane. They're just crazy. They have a couple of matches coming up that they have a Lucha Extrema tag match against Dylan McKay and Marcus Mathers coming up at a JCW show.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And yeah,
we missed out on them during the pandemic and their whatever travel issues came up and all that shit before. So we've missed out on some. It's like speedball, you know what I mean? It's like it's good to have like them back and like make up for lost time. It feels like, but damn,
they've made up for it really well too since they got back. Like they showed up, won the GCW tag titles, and the cool thing about watching them is they can not only have like dope like deathmatch tag matches, but they're also having like good lucha matches, like just like actual tag matches, sans fuckery with everybody too.
I mean, that's kind of how like most of that roster is. It's like, oh, you expect them to be just all deathmatch, and then they just go out and can pull out fucking incredible matches, and it's like, well, that's what we know that, but not like the casual fan might not. So yeah, like I agree, it's good to see them being able to do that and not just pigeonhole themselves into being one type. But man, we missed out on having them not in the States, but
they've wrestled.
They're in the.
They've like wrestled everybody since they've been here too.
They have too.
Such a ridiculous we've had them wrestle Bussy, Fatu and Finau, Jordan Oliver, Nick Wayne, drag like they've had lucha. They had a lucha tag with Drago Kid, ASF, and Gringo against Gringo Loco. And yeah, they're in the Art of War match.
Not games match. I
have to like train myself to stop saying it.
The Art of Not War Games or Art of War Not Games. It doesn't matter. I'll call it whatever.
The Art of Not Being Copyright Infringed.
Cease and desisted. Anyway, that was a fun match. Charlie and Everett. I mean, they pulled out some wild shit. Charlie always does, man. She had that crowd like eating out of the palm of her hand because I don't think they were quite expecting that from her. But because it's North Carolina, I don't think they get down here that much. So a lot of those fans are probably just like, even though it's a GCW crowd, I feel like a lot of those guys it was there it was their first time really watching GCW, even though they were there at a GCW show. It was it's North Carolina, so I don't know how much they were actually how many diehards there were. It was probably like 50-50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was still a really good turnout too.
I don't know. Like when Nick Gage came out, they were going fucking crazy still.
Well, I mean, Nick Gage doesn't come down here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was big. Like they were fucking going nuts. And I remember talking to Emil too. Like he was talking about how the crowd popped for him. Just like when Nick told him just Emil hit me with that shit, and the crowd went nuts because they were just like blowing up for Emil's fucking intro.
Yeah,
and how much that was awesome for him and how much that meant to him. And I was like, hey man, what kind of gonna let you down, brher?
No,
I took my shirt off and I twisted it and all that stuff.
Nobody does it better than Emil.
Dude, yeah. It's so much fun. I had such a good time that night.
And what was next after that? We had Blake Christian defeating Joe Lando.
Who won the tag match? Macizos, right?
Macizos, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Crazy finish to it. I can't remember the sequence exactly, but like
I don't either. There was a table involved or some doors involved or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Chairs, doors, something, man. I don't remember exactly.
I
Honestly,
believe some glass. I could be wrong.
Probably. Yeah, no, it seems about right.
Blake Christian and Joe Lando, though. This was
It's
crazy.
fucked up because I was in charge. Did you not see me? I had to run out there and clean up.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had me on cleanup duty, and here I am not remembering what was used in the matches because I was like, there was actually real tables though because there was three real. I put this shit under the ring to begin with. There was 3 tables and 3 doors specifically under there, and a shitload of Costco chairs, and then just like light tubes.
Yeah, you had to clean up some glass. You had to clean up some gummy bears.
Bro, you couldn't clean up those gummy bears. We were fucking dealing with those gummy bears for the rest of the night. God damn it, they were cold.
They didn't look like they swept up well. Like they're
dude, I watched
picking them up one by one.
I swear to God, the lady at the end of the night, I think she might have quit because at the end of the night, when everything's gone, she's just sweeping up gummy bears and beer and glass and blood, and she's just like, "What the fuck have I gotten myself into?" She was just not ready for that. The lady that was like the staff.
From the venue.
Yeah. She was like one of the 2 ladies left, and she was just in charge of sweeping up the glass and the dust and the blood and the gummy bears and the beer. And I could just see it in her face as I'm walking around like, oh, she's not having a good fucking Friday night, Saturday morning already.
You got to prep these venue folks for what's going to happen there. You know, like you're not clean.
She might not spoke the most English either. So she was just
like, you're not clean. You're not cleaning up after bingo night or something. This is a much different crowd, different circumstances.
She was working that push broom, and those gummy bears were fucking everywhere. We were stepping on them in the back. Like, how they get to the fucking back, I don't know. But they were on our shoes all fucking night, dude. I hated it. I hated those gummy bears.
But yeah, so next matchup,
people were eating them too.
Oh my god!
Did you not see that? At least once or twice in the match, people were eating them off the floor during the match, like wrestlers.
That's brutal.
I know Mike ate some, and I think somebody else ate some too.
Not fun, man.
Mike Shoot ate it. He just palmed it.
Yeah,
made you think of it. I saw somebody else actually eat it. I don't remember who it was.
So we had Blake Christian defeating Joe Lando up next.
Oh god, dude! Joe Lando.
Crazy.
That was my first time seeing him, like ever.
Yeah. So he was supposed to have a couple matches over homecoming weekend. He had one for both shows and the JCW show that weekend. And homecoming night 1, he sprained his ankle in the scramble, and he couldn't work his JCW or his homecoming day 2 match against Mike Bailey, which that would have been fucking crazy thinking about what I've seen.
That's why they moved those around. See, because I missed the beginning. I missed the scramble that night. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, they had the scramble on night 1. I can't remember who he was supposed to wrestle at JCW later that night, but he had 2 matches on the first day, and the second day he had Mike Bailey, and he ended up having to, they put Starboy Charlie in against Mike Bailey on Sunday, which still a dope match. And yeah, I can't remember what happened on the Saturday, but so he ended up, he was at least well enough to wrestle this weekend, and holy fuck did he ever!
Fuck yeah, man. That match was insane. Him and Blake, that was something else, man.
That shooting star elbow drop of his, the craziest.
I'd never seen that before, bro. I went up to him afterwards. I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" Yeah. I was like, "I don't know how I've never watched you." And I was like, "And we even fucking interviewed you."
Yeah,
the T and Tights guy interviewed him, and I didn't even realize that that's who he was until afterwards. I was like, "Oh fuck, now I get it."
Shout out to them, by the way. They put me onto some fucking British wrestlers.
Dude, they hold down that British, UK, European scene, dude. Those guys do such a good job. So if you guys don't know much about that and you want to know more, follow and watch their show, man. They kill it.
Yeah.
Like the only way I know anything hardly at all about it is from them. So
yeah. The amount of I was like, all right, well, Joe Lando worked out well, so everything they tell me to watch now, I'm gonna watch, because it started with them telling me about Joe, and it's led to me like I subscribe to Rev Pro on demand and stuff because I just can't get enough of it now.
You had a little bit of a problem over the weekend, but we'll touch on that later.
Oh yeah,
dude, Joe Lando and Blake Christian. That was, like I said, my first time really seeing him, other than. Just a little bit. I pieced it together once that that's who those guys had interviewed and he sent me shit from. But man, that match, I don't think the crowd was ready for that either. They were fucking.
It was crazy,
dude. Wow. Yeah.
And obviously a big difference in style from the last match you had too. So to get from this pretty crazy tag match, just these 2 guys doing, zero gravity, fucking everything to each other.
just reverses and just constant this one-upsmanship match. It was insane. It was so much fun.
Blake Christian really he's really doing some shit these days. Like his matches this year, all of them, if everywhere he's wrestled, but he's had some bangers in GCW this year. He's got Alex Shelley this weekend in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
I'm invested into seeing how the crowd's going to react to him now every time too.
Yeah.
Since are they going to boo? Are they going to cheer him? And which way is he going to lean into it? And how much? And like why? Why are we booing him?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why are they booing him? What's everybody's problem? He didn't do anything.
No, that's the part I don't understand.
Why is everybody turning on him? It's fucking amazing. It's interesting, and he's not really upset. Like the character, he's leaning into it kind of. So it's fun. It's fun to see what's going to happen each show now. That adds a little bit more to it.
That's the part I don't understand about it. Is I'm like, where did this come from? Because all he's done is give you people dope matches, and for some reason in Atlantic City, everyone just turned on him.
I kind of think this is Jersey being Jersey, though, isn't it?
Maybe, I don't know. Is Jersey like the Canada of the United States, where like
it's almost like Philly? It's close enough to Philly.
Everyone's
I think it's like the rollover Philly hatred of infected Jersey too. Maybe I don't know.
Is it like Bret Hart? It's like Bret Hart in the U.S. versus Bret Hart in Canada. It's like Blake Christian everywhere but Jersey, apparently.
I guess. I don't know, because Charlotte came up for him. Atlanta,
you guys were like 50. They were like 50-50.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know. I don't think they knew what was going on.
I think that comes back to like the crowd was just like, oh, I've heard of this guy. He's really good. Like the ones who haven't seen GCW before, and then the ones who have are like, fuck you, Blake Christian.
I
don't know what it is.
I really don't know what's going on. I want to figure out why. I just want to poll the fans. Why are we booing Blake Christian? Please answer.
Know. I feel bad. I'm still cheering him. I'm still cheering him. I love watching him.
If you're booing Blake Christian now,
why?
Let us know why. I'm curious. Like I love it. I really do. I just don't know why we're doing it.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny for sure.
Explain it to me. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, fuck, that was a banger. But yeah,
appreciate him while he's around too. Man's gonna be
in ROH.
Whenever that ROH TV starts, you're not gonna see him as often, probably. If.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got somebody responding in the comments. Has not popped up yet. I see it on one screen. Here we go.
Oh, here.
Mark's got his opinion.
Feel that Blake gets booed due to his recent contract status being revealed. The GCW faithful feel as if they're losing him. You know what?
We just kind of teased that and talked about it, and I kind of agree. Sorry, we both are hitting the buttons.
Double producers. Hey.
But no, I agree with Mark on that one. I think you know what I mean. I kind of felt like that was the case, and I asked some of the people, like I asked KG, like, "What do you think?" And he didn't know either. He didn't think that was the reason because that's been the case for a while.
You see that with a lot of a lot of fan bases though. Like,
it wasn't like the news. That wasn't like that was right when the news came out. You know what I mean? Like it had been a couple weeks or a month. It'd been months that it had been kind of done. It was just like it just took that long to catch up. That maybe they were the ones that were like, "Hey, by the way, fuck that shit." I don't understand, but maybe that's the reason.
No.
That was my theory. That was kind of my theory, not my Austin theory, but just my theory in general.
Well, Jersey's where all the super like homecoming weekend. That is a show occupied by super diehard GCW fans. So maybe that I would confidently say that's probably where you would find the most hardcore GCW crowd you'll find of any show of the year is homecoming. So, hey, maybe that was like the diehards, really giving their opinion. But
anyway,
so thanks for the dope matches anyway, Blake Christian.
Yeah.
I
got a Blake Christian story to tell you off the air too.
Oh boy,
it's a funny one. It's not
right.
I'm not burying anybody. It's just a good funny one.
Cool. So yeah, 6-man tag was up next. Axton Ray and the Mortons.
My guys, everybody in this match.
Billy Starks, Jordan Oliver, and Chris Hamrick.
All these are my people. I love this match so much, man.
All right, well then, how did you feel about it, Cass? You were there. You were there.
It was fantastic. I mean, we got two legends. You got Ricky and you got Chris Hamrick on opposite sides. Who, dude, like that's going to be fun. And then it was just interesting to see Billy, Jordan, and Hamrick together. That was an interesting pairing. But the Kerry, Ricky, and Axton thing I get because that's the Bristol, Johnson City, because that's where Axton came from. So like I'm pretty sure Axton helped train, or Kerry helped train. Or excuse me, Ricky helped train Axton. they all were from the same area because I've seen Axton in that area since he was just starting out. I'm really loving seeing him in GCW in the last year because, like I said,
to watch.
I've been watching him since he first started in the like Johnson City, Tennessee, Kingsport, Tennessee area because that's where he came up really, and it's just great. Same with Kerry, man. I've known Kerry since he was probably 7 years old, you know, and it's just like, oh, dude, now you're finally like getting to shine. And bro, when he was 7 years old, we'd be at these little shithole indies, and he'd be there with his dad just riding around on the weekend, and he was better than most of the people there. He'd be rolling around in the ring with Chase, and I'm like, dude, Kerry's better than all these people. Like, this is insane. He's 7 years old and better. I couldn't wait for him to be old enough to actually wrestle. You know what I mean? And now we get it, and it's just like, dude, the future for that kid's. He's got so much. Yeah. Same for everybody in this fucking match. You know what I mean? You got Billy, who's not even 18 yet.
Yeah,
it's insane. Congratulations on getting a job. She got a job.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. We talked about that. Yeah, because she needed it for school and stuff. But yeah, so good stuff for everybody. And Jordan, God, dude, how much work has he been putting in with Nick Gage? Isn't that incredible just to see that transformation? Like, it shows. Like, I told him the other day, I was like, dude, you can really tell you've been hitting the gym every day with Nick. It's fucking looking. I mean, he's filling out. He's got a big frame.
Jordan's been working hard as fuck. Like,
he's working hard, bro.
Like the videos he's putting out, like, it's like, okay, everyone's doing gym videos, but like you can see it every time they're in a new city. Like, you get these like 1 or 2 week gaps where you don't see him, and then you see him on the next GCW show, and he's somehow fucking bigger than he was 2 weeks ago already.
I feel like he gets taller every time I see him too. I tell him that, I'm like, dude, are you taller than you were last time? Fuck. Every time I see him.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the improvement. Like, you can visually see it, and I just love it for the guy, dude. He's so good, so talented, and man, wrestling with Chris Hamrick was so awesome to watch because he's been such a Chris Hamrick fan, and they'd never met before, which I thought that was crazy. I thought they had. Because the way they talk online, like he's like a Chris Hamrick guy, but they never met. It's just Hamrick has just reached out to him years ago and gave him advice and helped him kind of mentor him just through like the internet, So that was just something cool to see them like finally meet each other and then wrestle together. And then they did so many dope, cool spots in that match. And
shout out to the good character of Chris Hamrick then for doing that.
Chris Hamrick is the man. Yeah. He's the fucking man, dude. I love Chris Hamrick. ECW original. He's the shit, man. I've watched him for years. He's always down here in the South wrestling, and he's one of my favorites, man. And he's fun. He'll rib the shit out of you. Don't leave your bag. Don't leave your bag unattended.
He got Jordan good at the end of the match on the way out of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
How about that Hamrick bump, too? God, he can still do it. That looked and sounded so good.
It looked horrible, like it's 2022. Are you sure?
He was cutting me up. He was cracking me up. He was like, man, buddy, now I'm going to probably get booked having to do that Hamrick bump everywhere. And I was like, you don't fucking want to do that everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
He's great. And then I saw him post something yesterday about how he was going to wrestle Jerry Lawler soon. So fucking Hamrick, baby. Yeah, Hamrick versus Lawler. That'll be coming up. But I would love to see more of him in GCW. I really would.
Yeah.
But what do you think of that match?
I honestly, my favorite part of this match was there was a section of the match where it was Billy and Kerry in the ring together, and like the whole fucking chain of shit that they were doing, I was just like it's kind of like the Jordan thing where you can see just how much better Billy keeps getting too, and the work she's putting in, and Kerry too. Honestly, like he's looking better and better every time I see him. It's exactly Axton in there too, man. Like he's just so diverse in what he's able to do, because he will powerhouse the shit out of you, but then he'll also backflip and 450 and all this crazy shit, and like he can wrestle tiny little speedsters. He could wrestle a mountain, and he was
in the scramble this weekend with Bojack and White Mike and God, what's his name? Diego Hill, Zuka King, and this guy from England. Something Cruz. I can't remember his name. They did a great match. Wow. So Axton can do everything, man. Like he's such a good talent.
Yeah, it's cool too seeing him on the GCW shows. Like they had him booked for like they just popped him into a scramble one weekend in Atlantic City because he had a match the next day on JCW.
Mm-hmm.
So they popped him in the scramble on the Saturday show, and he fucking balled out. It was crazy. And then the Sunday show, same thing. They keep bringing him back, and that's something I like about that. It's kind of something that I appreciate about GCW is that if you go there and you have a dope match, they're gonna keep bringing you back.
Yep. You do your job and you get the crowd behind you and you serve your purpose, and they'll definitely, they see it and they know it, man. It's good to see people finally get shine. Like I said, that should have done it years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Axon's one of those guys that it just blows me away. It's probably been 10 years I've been watching this kid, and it's like, oh, now people are finally getting to see him. So it's just great.
Yeah. At JCW, his match with Speedball.
Oh,
that was lights out. Lights out.
He had a good match in Nashville too. I forgot what he did. Was he in the scramble, or what was going on in Nashville?
I can't remember Nashville, but I know he had a really good match at St. Louis as well.
Mm-hmm.
He had a singles in St. Louis that was fucking dope, and his Rock and Roll Forever match was crazy.
Yeah, that was the Indiana one, right?
Yeah. That was the Coliseum.
Yeah, dude, he's fun. He's a big part of AML down here in Winston-Salem area. That they're the guys that put on WrestleCade. So, yeah, he's there every show almost. So yeah, he's, like I said, man. I see him all the time. So I love that he's now on everybody's radar. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's cool seeing the Mortons in GCW all the time too. Like the fact that how it makes sense. Like Ricky Morton has that vibe, So,
bro, I love that promo we cut in Indiana where he's like, "I told everybody to suck my dick." And I was just like, "Oh shit, rock and roll, baby!" Dude, we've been quoting that. We quote that all the time now in the back. The boys and I were like, "Baby, I told him suck my dick," and we just fucking, oh god, I love it. I love him. He's
Ricky
the best.
Morton's a fucking man. Then another dope tag match came after this one too, though. We had Second Gear Crew, Mance Warner and Matt Justice, who, man, Mance Warner's having a great 2022 as well.
I love that guy.
From the second he came back from his leg injury, he's just been fucking here, there, and everywhere, poking everybody in the eyes and drinking beers. And they took on the Revolt, Caleb Conley and Zane Riley.
Other North Carolina guys. I remember when they tried to sue the Revival. That was funny. FTR. Remember that?
Man. Yeah.
Gimmick infringement because people said it was like Fear the Revolt, and that was not the name of their stable. FTR did not mean that. So they were just like. Yeah. So I hadn't seen much of them since then. So that was interesting to me. I was like, oh, there they are. Cool. I mean, Zane and Caleb. I mean, that's interesting. But the match looked fun. That's where those fucking gummy bears came from. That like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You saw me clean up tables during this one indoors and stuff like that. Trying to schlep some tables out at the end. I had to, man, those kids. I was like, guys, let's go get these. Me and these two little dudes. And I was trying to. Luke Fury, love the kid. Luke, get on your shit, buddy. God, had to be like, let's go. And the other guys probably, I don't know the other guy's name, but it was fucking Ghazi. It might have been Ghazi.
My mini game while this show was on was like, watch the matches, take some notes, tweet about it. But then I had a mini game in it of spot my boss. So
I was all over the place. I was like on the right, on the left by the curtain, or I was peeking. Like I said, people would be like texting me like, "Is that you poking through the curtain?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, when I'd kindly ask you to wear a red and white striped toque and sweater for Chicago this weekend.
Most likely, dude. It's funny. I usually am just wearing Effy merch or something like, or just something like that, something similar, or maybe a random GCW shirt. But usually it's Effy merch. Effy appreciates that. It's usually one of my 3 or 4 wrestling is gay shirts, or the Effy is. Speaking of which, I literally went out. I made a wardrobe change at AML yesterday or Sunday.
What?
Before the show, I was there early because on the show was Gunner, Jackson Riker. Okay. So I definitely went outside and changed into my wrestling is gay shirt just to see Gunner be like mad about it.
Right. Okay.
Because he's very his viewpoints and stuff. So I was just like, I totally went up there with it, and everybody's like, "Oh man, love your shirt," and I got to watch him just be like, is salty about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely went and changed into my Wrestling is Gay shirt just for Gunner to see it at the show. Shout out to Effy. I hope you appreciated that, buddy. Love you.
Yeah.
It popped me and a couple of the boys. They saw it. They were
Hey.
like, "Did you change shirts?" And they're like, "Why did you go and change in that shirt?" I was like, "You know why I changed into that shirt." I was like, "It's gonna go
Yeah.
over big with some of the boys in there." They're like, "Oh my god!" And they're like, they were cracking up.
Yeah. Hey, you know, props for making idiots uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Hey,
Hey.
I lean into awkwardness and uncomfortableness like a fucking. That's my thing. That's my gimmick. So
You got it.
yeah. So I hope Effie. Can't wait to tell him that. Hopefully, maybe he sees it before I even get to tell him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely had it in the shirt.
We'll clip
it. Went changed in the car, and just so he can see it.
We'll clip this and post it.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, dude, I talk too much shit on these things. This is never good.
This is a fun tag match. So his SGC, we got the split screen at home. You
Fucking gummy bears.
You didn't get the split screen. You had to try to follow it all with your eyes.
I couldn't follow it. It was so much shit happening all over the place. It was fucking ridiculous. And I was moving around too. Like I was all over the place during this one because there was just so much going on.
Props to GoPro Wrestling for introducing the SGC branded split screen for their matches. Because like, again, Manster's taking someone somewhere. Matt Justice is taking someone on the other side of the building.
Boom.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. They're in the ring. And within 30 seconds, they've cleared the ring and they're all over the building. It's like watching like a Sandman match from ECW. They're brawling all over the place. It's crazy. SGC wins. Everybody's happy. Yay. And then, then we get the super fun scramble with White Michael, B-Boy, Bojack, Diego Hill, Jimmy Lloyd, Lucky Ali.
Bro, I think I messaged you during the day, and it was like, bro, I'm so excited. White Mike's getting into scramble.
Yeah, I got super happy. Lots of exclamation marks from Cassidy about this. But
all caps, I believe too.
Yeah, we're happy for Mike, friend of the show,
guy, man. It's my roommate.
Of the show, friend of the website, friend of management.
Michael. Bro, he's the shit, man. Mr. Money in the Stank now too. It's been a big 3 weeks.
That's a weird briefcase. I thought it would be like a contract for a match, but it was like a Mean Girls DVD and some,
that's his stuff. He put that stuff in there. That's why White Mike keeps in his Money in the Stank briefcase now that he won it.
Oh, so he took the match contract out.
There was no contract. It was just a briefcase. We didn't know what the point was of it. But yeah, there was no match. But maybe he gets a match later. I don't know.
Who knows?
But afterwards, we were like, he gets to keep that briefcase, right? And the promoter was like, yeah, I guess. Go ahead, Mike. You can have it. And Mike was like, yeah. He went and got it. So
I'm going to fill this with the most fucked up shit you can think of.
Pretty much. That's an unopened copy of Mean Girls, too, by the way, just in case he runs into Danny, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I had questions about it. Apparently, he's got 2 copies. He's got one to watch and one to just
who doesn't
not watch.
We've got in that case. There's multiples. There's more than that in the house now because I got my own copies of Mean Girls.
Wow. Just
saying.
Classic movie.
Yeah, but that scrambled, man. That was that North Carolina showcase though, with B-Boy and Jimmy Lloyd in there, and I was so proud of all those guys, man. Those are my guys, all those boys.
That was a big theme with the scrambles on this weekend too. Was like, let's show off all the people who are doing it really well locally and give them a bump with, providing them the stage to show themselves off.
And those were 2 different types of scrambles too. It felt like.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, this was
2 totally different types of matches.
Yeah, this North Carolina one, and I would put a lot of that credit on the ridiculousness of White Michael.
Bro, if you go back and watch it, he literally is the star of the match because he's taking everybody's shit. If you go and look, he's like everybody's spots. Mike's on the opposite end. All the comedy bits that are hilarious, he's doing that. You know what I mean? He's involved in the finish. I think he hit his can opener too, didn't he? Yeah, he hit the yam. He hit the yam opener. He teased it twice. Mm-hmm. He did tease it once, then finally hit it. Dude, what about that spot from Diego off fucking Bojack's shoulders? Holy shit, right?
Yeah.
And Diego added a flip at the end. Nobody knew that was coming. It was supposed to just be a regular moonsault, but he threw a flip. So a twist.
Bojack almost moonsaulted White Mike's soul out.
God, dude, he was gonna die if he got hit. He would have literally been dead. But that was such a fun match. I love the Hollywood John Tatum spot that Mike did too. That didn't work, bro. Corey Brazak, that's not gonna work, bro.
No.
It was so much fun. I was going nuts during that one, man. I was all over the place. I was having so much fun during that one. Those are my guys, man. Like I've just, like I said, I've watched those guys for years and years and years and years.
I saw you spotted up filming a lot of that one off your phone.
I had to.
Absolutely. And
like I said, I've watched White Mike's first match, like ever, 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and Bojack, man, like he stood out last year at WrestleCade. That was one of the first times I saw him. And I think he was a PWF, like down here in Corino's company down here. I think that's kind of where he kind of started out and came from. And then now he's at Deadlock and AML. And
he came away with the dub here too, over B-Boy and Jimmy Lloyd, who were in this match. Who's like, you got the king of the GCW Scramble, Jimmy Lloyd, and a legend in B-Boy. And shout out for them giving the next local that's really breaking out the win in this one. That was nice to see.
And man, that spot in the corner that White Mike's got smoked by B-Boy's drop kick in the corner, like that was awesome. Did you go back and watch that? It's just like, there's so many good stuff. And then Jimmy did that to Mike. He did the slingshot into like the Tully spot. There's a lot of good stuff in that match, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun multi-man creativity going on in here.
And they got a lot of time too, so that was fun.
Yeah, 11 and a half minutes. Honestly, it was just a good ass scramble, man.
Yeah, so that was fun. And that was supposed to be the match back from intermission, but they cut intermission.
Yeah.
So I had no clue. I was like, I was going to tell people when it was on because people were like, let me know when it's about to happen. I was like, yeah, it's first up after intermission. So all of a sudden, like, we're going to keep going. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, there is no intermission. Get your shit together. Let's go. It's time.
And right after this, Effy versus George South.
Man, if you know me, you guys know that I am a huge George South fan. Like, you have no idea. So this was I love this match so much. And so did you get to watch the entire promo of George outside with the barbed wire bat shown before the show started? Because if you watch the replay on Fight, they only give you like 15 seconds. But Emil told me that they showed the whole like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it was of just him talking outside.
I didn't catch this one right when it started. I got into it. When I ended up kicking the show on, Andrew Everett was like on his way to the ring already.
Gotcha. I'm pretty sure they aired the whole promo, but if you could find, I don't know if you can find the entire thing. I'm sure I can actually find it to you. It just, they got it somewhere separate. It's fantastic. He talks about this bat. This barbed wire bat was given to me by Terry Funk, and just I love George South so much. I love him. He's a legend here. He's a legend in my parts, man. In North Carolina, he's a legend. I'm
amazed at the amount of people that Effy gets to just work with and do like the wild Effy shit with.
Oh man, so people were calling George for months about that. I mean, just before this match, to tell him about, Effy's going to try to kiss you, and he was like, "Oh, buddy, if you haven't lost to the Ding Dongs and the Mulkeys in the same week, what are you even doing?" He's not. I mean, who else has lost to the Mulkeys and the Ding Dongs in the same week? Nobody. George South, baby. He's a legend.
Yeah.
He wrestled Gunner this weekend. That was, like I said, I had to go wear my Wrestling is Gay shirt just for that.
Fuck.
But what about that? Have you seen a lot of George South before?
No, not really. I'm not very familiar with him at all, actually.
What did you think of his promo and whole shtick? That's heel George too. So you didn't get the babyface George. Babyface George is a totally different fucking element. It's something different.
Interesting. I gotta get you to educate me.
Dude, I'm gonna send you his match that led to this. Basically, was at WrestleCade last year with Colby Carino in a death match at WrestleCade, where Colby worked the heel and George was the babyface, and he came out to his journey. You got to come out the journey if you're babyface George. So that's why I knew as soon as I heard "Welcome to the Jungle," I was like, "Oh shit, he's the heel."
So what journey song for him then?
Don't Stop Believing or Faithfully. He does both. It just depends on where he's at.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Don't Stop Believing. I think you're like instant. You're like instant babyface if you're using that though, because that's like the ultimate crowd. That's the ultimate crowd pleaser.
Oh yeah, it just depends. But I've heard him do both. I've heard him do Faithfully, and I've heard him really rock out to Don't Stop Believing.
I wish I
So
didn't have this like gap in watching wrestling because this is one of those times where I'm like, pretty much everything George South has done throughout
go
like
pull up his
throughout.
fucking cage match. You
Oh
want to
yeah,
see
no, like
something? Look at that. Look at that shit, son. You want to
what's
look at?
crazy is like the like 5 year gap too between his like run in the like late eight or like the mid 80s to the mid 90s, and then it's like 2002 George South's back.
Yeah, he's like, I can go do it, buddy. But he's trained so many. He's responsible for like training so much good talent here in this area. Like, there's so many people that call themselves George South guys in this area in North Carolina. Like White Mike's one, Billy Brash, John Schuyler. I mean, like, dude. I mean, it's insane. Like, he's done so much good for the wrestling business down here and trained so many people. He does. I think he does a lot of training down there. He just helps out a lot of AML and places. He's just the best, man. George is the best. He's got so many stories. You just sit there and listen to him tell stories all day.
You're gonna have to educate me, Cass.
Oh, George is the man. Just pull up, look at them. Look at some of his first matches. How long he's been wrestling.
So I'm saying you're gonna have to give me like you're gonna have to give me the greatest hits and have me go through them.
Bro, he was Mr. Enhancement talent. But if you pull up that Ric Flair match though, that he wrestled where he went to like 35, 45 minutes on TV in the 80s. Have you ever heard that story?
Mm.
It's on one of Tony's podcasts or whatever. It's right when like Flair was having problems in the late 80s with booking and Dusty and shit like that. And they were about to have him like lose the belt to Rick Steiner and some shit like that. And Flair was like skipping TV tape shows and stuff like that. They made him come in to work like a center stage show or something like that. And he was like, "You're on TV." And he was like, "Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm wrestling George and we're going 30 minutes. They're like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "The fuck we are." And they went out there and wrestled like just this George South versus Ric Flair. Look that match up. It's one of the best that you'll ever see on this WCW NWA Saturday night taping. It's fucking great.
All right, good. I got nothing else planned tonight. That's what I'm doing when we're done.
Yeah, look that up, and you can actually find a story. They did a watch along, I think, on one of Tony's podcasts about that match and about that whole. There's like a bunch of stuff of them talking about that. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can look up on that. But yeah, dude, George South's the man. I think he also did like his enhancement. He was one of the I think he might have been a ding dong. He was one of the ding dongs for a while under the mask, and he was also oh god, what were the other ones? There was another mask tag team that I can't remember their name. It was something stupid, WCW, but bro, he was dude, yeah, my man right here knows. Pull it up. Pull up what Mark said. My man knows.
George South is a Southern goat.
Dude, if you live in the South and aren't like, or if you're a wrestling fan in the South and aren't in on George South, then I don't think you're really a wrestling fan from the South.
See, maybe this is why I can blame Canada. Like,
I don't know if George South's ever been up to Canada, buddy. Okay.
Goddamn.
Why are you gonna bring me a rope bringing up the break out of prison for, Jack? Ah, come on, buddy. She.
Spot on, Cass. Spot on.
No, White Mike does such a good one. George South would probably slap me if you heard me doing his impression of him. I haven't earned those stripes.
Yeah, that I couldn't hear them.
I did carry. I did help carry some of the ring in there though, so he didn't hate me for not pulling my weight. But
I didn't. Yeah, sadly, like I don't know. Sometimes you don't really hear the arena mic either very well through the TV. Mm-hmm. Which this is one of those shows. Emil was like super quiet on a lot of the intros.
Not in the building. They probably had it balanced.
But through the broadcast, yeah, the way it was balanced. Like when we interviewed Cole last week, and I had that little clip of Emil.
Mm-hmm.
That was from this show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was his intro he used at this show, and I had to take that audio and put it into my recording software and like double bump the audio volume for it to be as loud as it was last week in the interview, and it was still quiet compared to like our dialogue voices. So,
oh man, so you couldn't really hear George giving him the business then, could you?
Not as like clearly as I could have. Say if this was like I don't know, for some reason like the showboat's loud as fuck. Yeah. The ring mic for the announcing is it like rips through the speakers, but it's like venue to venue dependent, which I understand. It's like part of the dice roll of independent wrestling is like, what's this building going to be like? What's their sound system like?
Yeah, but it's also because they rent everything from locals, so you're getting
True.
what. And that, speaking of the ring bell gate, we'll get to ring bell gate later. But if you
Oh my
notice, they had a ring
god.
bell in Charlotte, guys.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah. They should have
Anyway.
stole it. Just brought it
Hey,
with
nah,
them.
man, that's AML needed that ring bell for yesterday or for Sunday, brother.
Nah, I'm joking.
They had FTR on the card, brother. You can't take their ring bell.
Nah, I know. They would have got they would have got brutalized on Twitter for using a digital one, apparently.
Dude, what the fuck?
All right, let's finish up with this show. We had another tag match, Ali Catch and Dark Sheik taking on the Ugly Ducklings.
My guys. Those are my boys, man. Oh, Lance Lude and Rob Killjoy. Rob Killjoy is my guy. Shout out to Rob Killjoy and Lance Lude. I ride around with Killjoy. I saw him Saturday night. I see him every weekend, man. He's one of my favorite people. And, man, that's like Lance's – I don't know if they mentioned it, but that was his third match back from cancer.
Yep.
Such a fucking good deal, man. I'm so happy for Lance. Love Lance.
It's awesome to hear.
Dude, we were dying. George Southkin was like, buddy, you beat death. You came back from death. You beat cancer just to come back and get monkey flipped by your partner and be I don't understand. But we were fucking dying, dude. We were just crying, dude. I love it.
They have, honestly though, like as funny as like the Ducklings are, they are such good fucking wrestlers too, though. Like Rob Killjoy is fucking awesome. He has one of my favorite.
Rob Killjoy's been wrestling for fucking 18 years.
He has one of my favorite Ushigoroshis. Like he hits that shit so good on everybody. I fucking love it.
That's the knee thing, right?
Yeah, suplex into the suplex.
Dude, like, he can. I love him catching people off the top into that thing, into like a suplex hold, and then just stalling and dropping it. I've seen him do that at Uncharted. Like he's Rob Killjoy should be wrestling on TV every week. I will say that.
Flair told South that he was going to be Steamboat that night on TV. Flair made George look like a contender. Mm-hmm. All right.
George made everybody look good throughout his entire career, though. That's like one of the best things about George South is like he's the definition of being like a hand, and he is fucking great. But yeah, that match, that's exactly what he said. Yeah, I'm gonna make George Steamboat, and he actually went out there and looked fucking good. Got all his shit in, gave him the shine. It was good, man. You need to look at that. You'll love that match. And I'm gonna send you the Colby death match too. I've got that. I got a link of that too.
Perfect. I'm gonna watch them. That's my night now. My Tuesday.
But that Ducks match, man. What did you think of that Ducks and Sheik match? Because I missed some of that just because I was running. I was back and forth. I was doing some stuff during that one.
It was fucking fun, man. Like the Ducks are great, and the crowd was into it. Everyone's quacking their ass off with them. Dark Sheik and Alley Catch was a team that I'm like, all right. You don't normally see those two tagging together. Yeah. Like you see them in like six mans with like Effy, but not so much like I don't think I've seen Dark Sheik and Alley as like I
don't think I
duo
either, but...
much if not at all. But they look really good together as a team. Alley keeps getting better and better and better. Like you want to talk about people who keep getting better. Alley's one of them too. Dark Sheik's fucking awesome too. I love watching her. She finds a way to be over everywhere she goes, even in fucking North Carolina.
Right.
Crazy offense. I love the welcome to die finisher. It was a great match. We got a win out of Alley Catch and Dark Sheik here.
And it just, man, like so good to see Leslie back. You have no idea, man. I was emotional that night for that one. We were watching with the boys just because like it was such a big night for Lance, man. We're just so happy for Lance.
I would have liked seeing the Ducks. I wanted the Ducks to win because of the comeback story for Lance. You know, I was like, come on. But
yeah, it's all right.
Alley Catch and Dark Sheik. Big
shout out. What's up to my dude? What's up, buddy? I'll probably see you this weekend. I'm assuming, right? I usually do. But
and then main event match for the GCW Extreme title, Cole Radrick versus Colby Carino in a fucking death match.
Dude.
And
our guys killed it. Cole killed it. And so did Colby. Yeah. Colby's my boy, bro. It blows my mind. Colby's in his mid-20s, and I've known him forever. So it's like, dude, I've been watching you wrestle since you were a fucking child. And it's insane to me to put that together, that he's like this good and he's this young still. So
Yeah, I'll see you in Chicago, my friend. Just
Boom.
found
I'll
out
be
today
there,
from
brother.
Gringo.
Shoot me a message, my man. I'm leaving tonight. So I'll be there in the morning. So give me a shout. But yeah, that main event, man, like, I knew it was going to be bloody and I knew it was going to be fun. And like we were talking about it on that interview, go check out that interview with Cole where we saw Colby before, and we were like, dude, you're not going to wear that gear, are you? Because he had this brand new, this beautiful white and orange gear. And we were like, that seems like a bad idea. And he was like, oh, no.
That's going to get fucked up real quick.
Yeah, it's going to get fucked up real quick. I think he wore it at NWA on Sunday or Saturday instead. So if you watch him on NWA, that's the gear we were talking about. We were like, bro, you're not going to wear that for the death match, are you?
Not in a death match on that show.
Yeah. But man, that match was good, dude. They always perform. They always come through in the clutch. And main event Cole, huh? How about that? It's not his first one, but man, I like seeing him in that spot. And
it's gonna happen a lot with him too, having that title.
Yeah. And I mean, like, dude, I'm a big Colby Carino fan, have been for years. As another ugly, all three of the Ducks were on the show. They weren't together, but they were at least in the co-main and the main together.
Yep.
So
top of the card, man. Ducks fly together.
They do. They do. Hey, Killjoy finally sold his D2 Mighty Ducks VHS on Saturday night that's been around for 4 or 5 years that he's been trying to sell at his merch table. So the Ducks do fly together, man.
Okay, wait. Now, is it like just a random copy of it, or is it like pristine wrap? But like,
no, it was a random copy that he had inherited along the way.
Okay.
I think it was somewhere in a match. There was just a bunch of VHS tapes used in a match years ago, and then during the match, he saw that in there and he snagged it, and he was like, "I'm going to keep this."
How much was he selling that for?
He'd been trying to sell it for forever, but I think he got it. Somebody bought it for $5 Saturday.
Oh my god! I would have Venmoed him $5 for that shit ages ago. What the fuck?
Well, where you at, buddy? Where you at, pal?
I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I have all three on VHS in my basement. But I'd take.
But it was that big box copy too. I'm talking the old, rental, the big box, the plastic.
The like puffy boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That felt like they had like foam around the outside of them almost.
It was a big deal to see it finally get sold. So
look at that! What a night!
Everybody was happy. The guy was so happy to buy it. I was so happy for him.
But
I was happy to sell it. He's texting me like, guys, I finally sold it. It's a big night all around. But
crazy main event though.
Coach will be at Dragon Con on Thursday. So anybody down at Dragon Con, look for him there.
Hell yeah.
Big Atlanta show every year at the convention.
My God. And then right after this show too, back into the action the next night. GCW goes to Atlanta.
Brother, I was there. I had to go buy the barbed wire.
Yeah. What gauge again?
15.5.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
I had to call back and be like, is this appropriate size?
Oh yeah, I guess if you kind of you could really fuck.
They told me they're like look for this and this and let us just look for this and this, and I got them like they don't have that. They have this. They have 15.5. Like, oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm like, okay, well, good. Okay. So I bought the whole spool, went back, got the match ready. It's a fun night. That building, I absolutely love. Center Stage, like that's one of my favorite buildings.
It's fucking crazy seeing a GCW show there, though.
Why not have George South on that show, buddy? I mean, come on.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, actually,
he's wrestled more in Center Stage than anybody. Go pull up Center Stage and George South. He'd be like every Saturday night, the NWA WCW taping forever. He was there, but anyway, that Flair match, it's just Center Stage. I was at Center Stage, Jack. But anyway, that was a hell of a night. That was a fun night. We had a good time. We got there early. I picked Masha up from the airport, got her there, got everybody set up. As soon as I walked in the door, though, I had to go turn and go buy barbed wire. It was like instantly. Like, hey, White Michael, do you have a car? It's like, no, but Cassidy does. So we went and got barbed wire. Had to drive to Douglasville. If you're from Atlanta, apparently there's no barbed wire. You can't buy barbed wire in the city. There's no barbed wire inside city limits. I had to drive to fucking Douglasville. It's like 40 minutes.
Was there not a Home Depot in Atlanta?
They have a Tractor Supply. They sent me to Tractor Supply.
Okay.
But apparently they're just not big in this. I guess it says suburbs thing. I don't know. I go where I was told, brother.
I can't imagine you'd be needing Tractor Supply in Atlanta. So,
You don't think there's tractors in the city?
I don't think there's as many as there would be in the suburbs or So
anyway, If anybody's wondering if that barbed wire is real or clipped or not, that's some real fucking barbed wire. I went and bought it for him and had to deliver it back. So,
and
put that to rest, guys. If there's ever any doubt.
And the second last match of the night appreciates you for it because they sure used it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But show opened with Nick Wayne versus Joe Lando.
Oh,
holy fucking shit,
man!
Joe Lando being crazy aerial nightmare from England, and Nick Wayne. It's Nick Wayne.
My jaw was on the floor the whole time just watching that match. We were just dying watching it. Just kill it. It was insane. Those guys do stuff that I don't understand. I can't understand. How do you do that?
I don't know. The next Nick Wayne match I watch, it just keeps end up being my favorite Nick Wayne match. Like everywhere he goes, GCW and everything in between, it's like, oh, okay, Nick Wayne's on his card. Cool, let's check that out. Oh, that's my new favorite one. Like he had one with Titus Alexander in the semifinal of the West Coast Cup, and that was like nice. One of my favorite matches from the year. This one here with Joe Lando.
Speaking of Titus Alexander, by the way, I guess got bumped from a Fightful show today for Titus Alexander. So we got heat, brother. It's like that Matt Damon. It's like Matt Damon on Kimmel or whatever it was, where he just keeps getting bumped. I was keep getting bumped.
Hey man, I'd if I had to pick between you, your tops. He's a hard man to lock.
Why would I complain about that? But I'm like, hey man, we got heat now, buddy. We got heat.
Yeah, he's a hard man to lock down. We're trying to get him on Indeed still.
Yeah. Well, the day you put me on, that's the day's gonna happen. I'll be on the day you guys schedule me. You'll be, oh, we finally got that Titus, and you got to bump you again. It's just gonna be a recurring bit.
Yeah, what are you doing this Thursday, Cass?
Getting bumped from a show, probably.
Cool.
No.
Yeah. No, you're booked for Indeed tentatively.
What time Thursday? I've got the
6.
Oh, I'll be at wherever Mosh is wrestling Thursday night. But
yeah,
I think that AEW media calls during the day that day too. So I got a lot of shit to do during the day Thursday.
That'd be an interesting one.
Oh man,
especially if anyone. Matt Lando in Atlantic City freezes the boo. He's so legit, and Wayne can do no wrong. Wayne really can do no wrong, honestly. Really and truly, like the amount of times I've watched him wrestle, and so he wasn't even 17 yet when he wrestled Ospreay this year. But I'm already sitting there just being like, how's this?
He just turned 17, right?
He turned 17, like I think it was the Rock and Roll Forever show was like his 17th birthday or something like that, or just right around it. But like I'm watching this guy all year long, going, how are you 16 years old? What you look way too comfortable in there doing the things that you're doing, and so fucking good at them already.
It's insane.
And you're younger than some of the careers of the people you're wrestling.
So there you go.
Day of his Ospreay match, June 17th. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of those Sunday shows. But yeah, that's just crazy. And so we got Nick Wayne defeating Joe Lando here. And then the next match, Billy Starks defeated B-Boy.
Dude, what a story that match told.
That was fantastic. So this is whenever I'm describing Billy Starks, the first word that always comes out of my mouth is fearless.
Right.
She doesn't matter how big her opponent is, how many years her opponent's been wrestling, what they potentially have been have a reputation for doing to people in the ring. Billy Starks will stand up to every single one of them. And this B-Boy match, perfect example of Billy Starks giving no fucks and having all heart and getting in there. And yeah, B-Boy smacked her around real fucking good. She got the face wash.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they laid their shit in. That was that crowd appreciated the hell out of that match too.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
that was so much fun to watch. And again, Billy Starks getting the win here was super fucking cool.
Hey, she's almost 18. She's another kid, 17. Can you imagine what she's gonna be doing when she can finally some places she probably can't even. She can't even wrestle on TV yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can't wrestle on TV yet. Can't even wrestle in her home state.
Yeah,
she has to go. They're from Kentucky, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's from Kentucky.
She has to go outside of the state to wrestle because Kentucky is one of those stupid fucking states that is like, oh, you can't wrestle till you're 18 years old.
There's a few of those. I was trying to remember. Is
New
Missouri
York.
New York?
New York. But you know what? I will say.
But I think they proved that was wrong.
Yeah, but without the thing with Nick Wayne happening at the Hammerstein, we never would have got the Ospreay match because that was that was Joey Janela's name your opponent. We're sorry that the Hammerstein match for you got fucked up. So name an opponent and we'll make it happen. And he called he called a shot on Will Ospreay. So without the New York Athletic Commission being fucking stupid, we might not have actually got that match so soon.
The fear of them being stupid, because I don't even think they got called, and I don't even think technically that's a rule in New York. I think Vix looked that up and was like, wait, technically it's not a thing, but they were afraid that it might be. So I think that's why they didn't have both of them on. I don't have to double check that. But I do, yeah, Kentucky's one. There's states that they just can't work. So imagine when that's not even a thing anymore. So yeah, I think Billy's December, if I remember. She's been a big fan. She's a fan of the big friend of the site. We've done interviews with Billy for years now, a couple. I mean, she's done plenty of us with us. So.
She was a guest on Indeed. I had on the show a couple months ago.
Yep. So I mean, we've been fans of her forever. So I love watching her grow, and just like you said, every match is almost like her. This is your next best. It's like the best match you've seen, because it's so much better every time.
There's some indies that are bringing in some talent from across the Pacific Ocean too this fall, and she's already had a 3-way match with Janai Kai and
according to the AEW All Atlantic title across the All Atlantic Ocean, because Japan was on there too. So
okay, this was my flawed logic for being okay with that. Is
somebody tried to explain to me that the Atlantic Ocean is actually over there, and I was like, motherfucker, shut up.
No,
just
it's not.
Look at a globe.
No, no, I think my like stupid justification of it makes more sense than that, where the Atlantic Ocean borders North America and it borders Europe, but then Asia borders Russia. So like, Japan is part of Asia. It's like sort of, pseudo connected to the Atlantic by the land border of Europe.
You don't have to sell me, brother. Japan's my favorite Atlantic country.
Hey, there we go. So. But yeah, Billy Starks defeating B-Boy, fantastic match. Shout out to Billy Starks. And then
that was
right into another match with another friend of the show, GCW Extreme Title match, Cole Radrick versus Brett Eisen. We almost got Brett Eisen versus an idiot in the crowd first.
Dude, so you couldn't see this on TV apparently, but that fan came down the steps.
Yeah.
And was like almost going to get into the ring, and Brett came over Lauderdale and was like, Brady, what the fuck are you doing? And the guy was like, I'm just playing. They went back up, but he was going to probably get smoked by fucking. He would have gotten his fucking shit.
Brett Eisen would have killed you.
Yeah.
Brett Eisen would have killed you, sir.
I love how he looked and was like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like you straight up told him, I'm going to fuck you up, pal. And he would have.
Mo said something on commentary that was like really fucking funny. He's like, you're going to take a trip to the morgue, partner.
Yeah. Man. So that was. That was my first time seeing him wrestle live, and I was impressed.
Yeah, he was
a hell of a fucking show.
Another fun story in this match too, of like Cole having to overcome a monster of a man. Brett Eisen's huge, holy shit!
And man, just Cole just doing a good job, just being the underdog, the little guy, the guy. You know what I mean? That was just man. Everything in that match looked good. Like every shot looked like it had force behind it and intent, and just they fucking killed it.
Yeah, Cole just keeps like another one that just gets better and better and better the more matches he gets in them.
By the way, check out our interview last week with Cole Radrick here on bodyslam.net YouTube channel.
Go watch it after the show today.
Yeah, last week's episode, because in lieu of a recap, we just did the standalone interview. So go check that out if you haven't yet. We really appreciate it. Leave some comments.
Then we had Cole retain the GCW Extreme title, back-to-back defenses, 2 nights in a row.
Solid weekend here in the South for him.
You know who else had a solid weekend? Next match up, Blake Christian defeated Masha Slamovich in. Okay, so this is one of those cards where I'm like, every match I'm just like, oh, that's the best match on the card for sure. And then the next match happens, I'm like, that's the best match on the card now for sure. And this happened the whole fucking night, the whole way through the card. Everything was insane. Blake and Masha were fucking killing each other. I love that Masha Slamovich just goes in there against everybody and anybody and delivers. And she wrestled Titus Alexander the night before this in West Coast Pro as well.
In that tournament, right?
And yeah, in that tournament. Yeah, so she had a round 1 match the first night. Second night she had a second round match. Titus eliminated her out of the tournament on his way to win it. And then she's in Atlanta the third night in the row, and this is just Saturday night still. She's already on night 3 of her weekend.
And then she wrestled Sunday at Beyond.
Yeah, she did. She wrestled Becca on Sunday in a crazy match. So like I tweeted this out, but like that is a crazy weekend for her. One of my top 5 independent wrestlers right now, hands down.
Oh, I agree. I'm biased though. You know me. That's one of my friends. That's one of my
friend of the show.
That's one of my homies, man. I'll be picking her up from the airport on Thursday. So it's like, yeah, man, I love Masha.
Gotta order a Masha one, but like sitting here with my Akira shirt beside me.
Stiff Blade. Shout out to Stiff Blade. They do good shit. They got merch over at Stiff Blade. Go check them out, man.
Yeah. My Tony Deppen. I got an email this morning too. My Tony Deppen shirt shipped. So.
Oh fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nice. Guys, I don't go buy some merch for the boys, man. We gotta support everybody here. That's all I. Yeah, if you see me wearing a shirt, it's because it's one of the homies. Like I was wearing a Kevin Gill shirt before I switched into my wrestling as gay just to piss off Gunner.
And my PSA for this too is I get that you love your people that are on TV, but buy some independent wrestlers merch. Go find your favorite. Go find your favorite independent wrestler. Someone that's working at 4 different promotions in 4 days, putting on dope matches 4 nights in a row. Go to their merch store, spend some money, buy some shirts, and support independent wrestlers. They it's a good way to help and support, and you get something cool looking to wear on your wear out of it. So
I agree. Masha's got some cool ass fucking merch too.
Yeah, Stiff Blade really does some good designs for them.
Yeah, she's got a lot of good shit on her table. Yeah. I'm gonna have to buy one of those little stuffed Masha Slam Buddies. I saw the I saw the prototype in Nashville. So when she talked about it, I was like, please God, tell me it's the one from.
Are they the stuffed wrestling buddies, or are they like the little?
It's figures? A small version of it, but it's like the same thing, but it's just real tiny.
Puzzlemania says the matchmaking in GCW is undeniably stellar. You are undeniably correct.
Yeah. Every week. I mean, even when it's a matchup you don't think, it's like, well, that's weird. And then you see the match, you're like, fuck. How did like what? Mm-hmm. They blow you away. They put the crazy matchups on that you don't know you want to see or didn't know you wanted to see until you see it.
The amount of people they're able to get through too, and it's like first time matchups, and you're like, is this really a first time matchup? This is crazy because I see both of these people all over the place.
I've said it for many of our shows that they are pretty much like this is the closest we're going to get to an ECW feel in our wrestling scene again, and that's just kind of how that like they were special for that reason back then, is they would bring in people that you hadn't seen or in a while or were had forgotten about maybe, or like then they bring them in, they get a new fucking relaunches them. So it's the same thing, man. I mean, that's where you go now to find. This is where you go to find new upcoming talent or to find people that are coming back.
And they're traveling, like they're all
over the place.
They're not based in one place. They're like literally
what they do, like 40 something shows out of the 52 this year. They did like 40 something weeks of shows out of 52 weeks, something crazy like that this year. I think I saw that at the beginning of the year. It's like, man, they almost run weekly. It was like, I think out of the entire year they take like 3 weeks a month. Or something like that on average.
Just about like I
think it's 40 or 42 shows this year, if I'm not mistaken, that they had on the books. I could be mistaken on that, but I remember looking at it and then being like, dude, they're doing the fucking Jeff Jarrett model of weekly pay-per-view better than Jeff Jarrett did it.
So between GCW and JCW and LA Fights, they've done 61 shows
already
since January 1st this year.
Well, the JCW, I was talking about just GCW. I think GCW is 40 to 42. But with all the LA Fights and other ones, I mean, you got to think there's some weekends where they do, multiples of each of those too to add on. So yeah, I mean, it's insane how much content they set out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's still, they're still featuring it on their YouTube channel with JCW, like that. They're always airing it on the Game Changer Wrestling YouTube.
That's their stuff. It's their development. It's their developmental feeder. You know what I mean, basically. So,
and then they're West Coast. They're West Coast. You get LA fights with them, and it's and again featuring a lot of upcomers from like LA Fights is a perfect example. Titus Alexander wrestled on an LA Fights show during the day, and impressed so much that he got brought in. He got brought in to wrestle on the main card, and I think that's when he wrestled Tony Deppen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I remember that one. That was at the Ukrainian Cultural Center, right? Yeah.
The Los Angeles home of GCW.
I like that building. I really want to go there. Probably, I think I'm gonna make a trip to LA for next year.
If I could see them anywhere, I'd either want to go to the Showboat or Ukrainian Cultural Center. Like,
Showboat's fun.
Those are the two.
I don't stay in the Showboat when I go, but I love going to the Showboat. If that makes sense.
Not good rooms there. Cast 5 room in my bag. I'll bring you a Tusslemania shirt,
bro. I'll wear it. I'll wear it on all the shit, bro. Trust me. Everybody knows I put over people's merch. I wear it all the time.
You'll see it here on many Tuesdays.
Yeah, man. I definitely wear the shit out of people's shirts they can give me, man. I love it.
What do we have next up on this card?
The Showboat, man. It's a great place to watch wrestling, but if you can afford to stay across literally the next building over at the Hard Rock, just do that.
Yeah. All right.
Nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, you're not going to be like.
I hear they have go-karts at the Showboat now.
Do they? They used to have putt-putt in there and bowling.
Apparently they got indoor go-karts now.
Well, they have room because they don't have a fucking gambling license.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's I could have sworn I've seen some talk about about indoor go-karts there.
That seems safe. Indoor go-karts and at the hotel. That seems like a good idea.
I don't know.
They don't have a gambling license, so it's just video games and putt-putt and bowling last time I was there. But I am all in on the go-karts because I know that there's tons of bars. There's a bar in there and a couple of stuff. But
yeah, that's where it gets weird. It's like bar, go-karts.
Sign me up. But yeah, the Showboat's not somewhere you're going to brag about the room you had. No offense to the Showboat, but it serves the purpose. Like I said, I'll stay at the Hard Rock though and walk 5 minutes out the door into the next door.
I'll make note of that.
If you can afford it. If you can afford it, it's a little bit. You'll see. There's a difference in price.
Yeah, well, apparently the hotels around there really be catching on when GCW's in town now too.
Yeah, man. The boardwalk's dope. I've only been there that one.
I've seen some vocal displeasure about the room rates for like homecoming weekend, and someone was like, my God, the rooms over tournament and survival weekend are like so fucking expensive.
Yeah, the neighboring hotels have caught on. Like, oh shit, we can event price that shit and get some money out of it. But
that's crazy,
hey, man. That happens. That's why I'm staying at my buddy's house in Chicago, so I don't have to pay those Hoffman Estate fucking hotel prices this weekend and week. Yeah. I'll drive the hour, brother. I'll fucking shuttle myself in from North Side.
There you go.
But you can't take my miles. You can't take my miles from me, guys.
What else do we have here on the card for Atlanta? We had Second Gear Crew.
Oh, dude.
Defeated Charlie Evans and Everett Connors. This was fun. Man, this was crazy.
They were all up in the crowd, man. They were all over the place.
Yeah, oh my God.
We were in the seats for this one. I was half the matches. I was in the little so you saw where the entrance was on the one side where they would come in. Mm-hmm. There was another little pit on the other side that was blocked off that I would be standing down in by the backstage. So half the time I was on the steps, like watching from the opposite entrance where it was like just blocked off, or I would just like walk out and hop the rail and then just like run up the steps and sit in the crowd. So we were like, I was moving back and forth, but yeah, I was in the seats for that Second Gear Crew match, and they were fighting all in the fucking crowd and shit.
Both of these tag matches were fucked up.
The go-karts are next to the carousel room. So is it where the putt-putt used to be? Is that where the putt-putt used? That's got to be where the putt-putt was, right? And where the video games were? Or is that the little like conference room? Or was that the conference room where they had the fucking like MMA convention that one time? I think maybe. Anyway,
It'd be cool if the putt course was built into the go-kart track. So the go-kart track just snaking around, and you get everywhere where there would be just piles of tires, there's actually like people mini
God,
putting.
that wouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, get. I'm trying to shoot through a fucking like a figure eight. That'd be fun.
There we go.
I'm all about it. Let's do go karts and watch GCW. Then sign me up. I can't wait.
But yeah, so we had SGC defeating Charlie Evans and Everett Connors. They brawled all over the center stage. It was fucking crazy.
Both of those teams had a fucking fun weekend of just beating the shit out of each other and their opponents all weekend.
That's every weekend for SGC, honestly, is just like, it doesn't matter what match they had to get their own split screen for them. Like, there's a reason that's the SGC split screen, because 99% of the time that's the only match on the show where that's the only match of the show that they use it on most of the time, is because it's the only one where you need it.
How much is it? That's the gangsters. That's the gangsters from ECW. Just as soon as it starts, like, boom, they brawl and they're gone. Or the back of the Dudleys, like they were, and then they eventually will get back in the ring for a little bit, but then they brawl and they go.
Yeah.
So bring back that formula. I like it.
And then the next matchup after this, we had the crazy Atlanta Scramble. Rico Gonzalez, Bobby Flacco, Broken Finley, Hunter Drake, Sean Campbell, Teriyaki.
Man,
everyone did everything in this match.
They all got their shit in, man. They all look good. Greatest hits and go.
It was 10.5 minutes long. It felt like you could have told me it was 5.5 minutes, or you could have told me it was 25 minutes. Both could be correct, because so much shit happened in such a like that. They made use of every second of that 10.5 minutes. Like, they were everywhere. Teriyaki moonsaulted off of the chain link fencing. We were in the back and underneath, and we heard the crowd and was like, we got to go back up for a second. This has got to be that match. So we had to rush back up because we were doing some shit in the back. And yeah, no, man, I could hear that before I saw it, because I was like, oh, this has got to be the scramble, and we had to fucking run back up there because we were. That was after intermission, right? Yes.
Maybe. So that's where the carts are. Okay.
Confirmed. That's where the carts are. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know what Cass is doing next time he goes to AC.
Probably hurting himself. Drinking and driving in a go-kart track.
Oh, boy. But, yeah, Rico Gonzalez took the win here.
Love Rico, man.
Everyone.
Did you watch him at Uncharted territory this year?
Oh, yeah. Him, like, Rico. Hunter Drake was doing some great shit in Uncharted territory with his girlfriend. Like, man, that Uncharted territory being in the South was really cool this year for me, because I got introduced.
Do good shit down here, man.
I got to see some people I was familiar with. They also did the Uncharted territory thing of, you bring in some bigger names from other territories and stuff to showcase your local guys against. Yeah. And they made really good use of that, of showcasing their talent this year. You had a lot of legends of the South putting over younger, newer, younger wrestlers. You had a lot of people from outside of the South coming in and putting over the wrestlers from the South. It was a great time. And yeah, Rico Gonzalez looked amazing in this match. Everyone did, though. Everyone got their, is like you said, everyone got their shit in. Everybody looked like they were wanting. Well, Brogan Finley's actually coming back to GCW already, so the scramble worked out well for him.
Definitely.
Let's see what else was after that. We had Jordan Oliver defeating Anthony Henry. And I felt so bad for Jordan Oliver, because the crowd kept chanting weak shit at Anthony Henry. He's like, oh, yeah? And then he just kept kicking him harder and harder and harder and harder. And
we were talking to Jordan before this one, because I don't think they'd wrestled each other before. And Mike was like, oh, it ain't no big deal. Anthony won't hit you that hard. This looks like it. And then as soon as he walked away, he goes, Anthony's going to smoke the fuck out of it. Like, this is how it is. Mike was telling a story about one time he was talking shit to Anthony, and he hit him so hard that everything went silent. And he was like, uh-oh, what the fuck? And then he hit him again, and all the sound came back. He's like, all right, we're good. We're good. I've been kicked in the chest by Anthony Henry, and I felt it for a week. Like, that motherfucker, he hits. So, yeah, that match was, man, they laid into each other, man. That's a fun one. Go back and watch that match. If you did not see that
yeah.
match, go back and watch that match.
It's no secret if you've watched any episode of Indeed where I've discussed a match that Anthony Henry's been involved in, that I really, really enjoy watching Anthony Henry wrestle people.
Man, he's another guy that I'm going to tell you, I've watched wrestle since like 2008 here in my area. Like, I've seen him. He wrestled in the fucking armory, at the shithole armory here in my town in front of 13 people before, and I've watched him back in the day. You know what I mean? So to me, I love seeing these guys now as high as getting to the show. You know, I mean, he was in NXT, but I think he's much better off now. He's got his signed his AEW deal. You know, him and the Workhorsemen are going to be a fucking thing, I think. And that's just a fun team. They had a big weekend, too. They wrestled Bussy at Garden State for your boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, actually, that is starting on Fight TV in 25 minutes because what happened for them was they had internet issues at the venue.
Oh, really?
So they couldn't broadcast their show on Fight. So they've been working on editing and uploading the replay, and that's going to premiere tonight on.
Yeah, that was Workhorseman, Bussy versus Bussy versus Mathers and Lamar, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They've done some interesting cards there. Like for this being their second show, they're looking really promising too.
But yeah, big Anthony Henry fan, like we were talking about. But yeah, Jordan match with him, man, they killed it.
Yeah, this was another example too of like the work that Jordan's been putting in, like how versatile he is. Mm-hmm. He's in there with Anthony Henry, who, if I had to put my money on it, is going to be a regular on, whenever ROH TV, if it ever happens.
Yeah,
he's been he was just on Death Before Dishonor. He's regularly featured on Dark. He's all over their programming. He gets enhancement matches on TV quite regularly. So I'd be shocked to not see him there.
Yeah, him and Flapjack Mulligan together, man, they're a killer team.
Yeah. God damn it.
White Mike called him that in the back in Atlanta, and Prazak fucking died. Like,
oh my god.
After it was over, he was like, fuck you, Flapjack Mulligan. When Jake was busting our balls about something.
No.
I love JD Drake. That's another guy, man. That's another one of my guys down here, man, that I've seen in North Carolina for 15 years. I've watched wrestle him, Killjoy, White Mike, Anthony Henry, like all these guys. I've watched man since mid 2000s.
I want to see good things happen for both of those dudes because they fucking put the work in so hard. Like, they're wrestling everywhere. I've seen them in like literally all over the country on different cards, and always delivering with everybody. It's like Anthony Henry and JD Drake, the Workhorsemen, together as a unit or separately as singles wrestlers, are fucking top notch. Top notch.
That Anthony Henry and Jordan Oliver match is another one of those ones I highly advise people to go watch. Go watch that match.
Yeah,
it shows a lot for both people. Like, you can see a lot of who both those wrestlers are in that match.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever like what's an Anthony Henry match I need to watch? Like, go watch that one. Or what's a Jordan Oliver match I need to watch? Go watch that one. That's on my list for both those guys from now on. When people are going to ask me to, like, hey, I want to see some footage of these guys. Like, what's something I should watch? And that's going to be one I suggest.
Absolutely one of my favorite Jordan Oliver matches.
Absolutely. I said about every Jordan Oliver match.
Yeah, like it's true though. This is me watching the card too. I'm like, I think this might be match of the night. And then Alex Colon and Hunter Freeman had the fucking craziest fucking death match. Like,
and Hunter Freeman's a Georgia guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I saw him on LA Fights for the first time, which was interesting. Like, that was one of the first times I remember seeing him was on an LA Fights show.
Which is crazy when you think about it, right? Because it's like, dude's from Georgia, but he's wrestled on LA Fights 4 times this year.
Yeah. And he did the Detroit. Wasn't he in Detroit?
Detroit.
Were you in the GCW Detroit show?
Not this year, no.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
He was in Atlanta, California, Los Angeles, Texas, Los Angeles.
Anyway, Hunter Freeman.
Yeah.
Dude, they killed it in that death match.
Bro, he fucking suicide dived the chain link fence from the stage.
That was nuts.
Like,
fucking nuts. That was the Undertaker dive over the ropes. That was what that shit was.
Yeah.
That was Undertaker,
yeah,
Shawn Michaels, sore, fucking
yeah,
insane.
he made contact too.
Yeah, I was
This is
speechless.
one of those matches where
He's a big guy. I don't think people understand how tall that guy is to do that spot.
This is
and
one of those
that
matches.
Vince was tall.
I point to a match like this where it's like, yes, it's a death match, but it is so much more than just like weapons and fuckery. Like this was a wrestling match that just happened to have a bunch of glass and shit in it.
Yeah.
Like this was like, and again, like Alex Colon is one of the best people you can think of for, can we have a, like a death match that is somehow also like this ridiculous athletic high flying lucha match?
Oh man, if
go
watch
like,
the interview I did with him before Hammerstein,
mm-hmm.
He talks about like he's like, I'm a wrestler, but like I didn't really get known until I started doing death matches. So he doesn't want to be, he's not a death match wrestler. He's a wrestler that can do death matches. People forget that.
Yeah, you want a good example of that? Actually, go watch. I think it was a GCW Ohio show. Alex Colon had a singles match with Tony Deppen.
Mm-hmm.
No weapons, no glass, nothing. Just two guys wrestling, and fucking phenomenal match. It's like, yeah, Alex Colon is a fantastic wrestler. He just also happens to be like the blood fighter.
And loves collecting toys and shit. So in Atlanta, he had just gotten what did he buy? It was dope as fuck. He had a figure. Oh, it was a Lex Luger, the Lex Luger NWO Wolfpack. He had that down there, and we were like, White Mike was trying to get it from him. Let me get that.
Oh god, is he collecting too, White Mike?
Dude, yeah. He's selling stuff right now. So if you want to buy, if you're in the market to buy some toys, he's selling some toys.
I have a shelf that is going to hang right there above the lamp.
Yeah,
I'm taking that cross one down.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find like some shit to put up there.
Man, like, hold on. I don't know if you can. I got just stuff stacked to the ceiling over there.
My want for it is I want to get some wrestling figs, but I want to get like people I either grew up watching and really enjoyed or enjoy now. So
yeah,
you have to find
most of these ones on my wall are ones that I've had for forever. I don't know if you can see. Oh, where the fuck? How do I do this guy? The one I'm pointing to now. See that one?
Yeah, the Rock and Mankind one.
Autographed.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah. Not to brag.
Humble brag. Alex, but yeah, so Alex Colon defeats Hunter Freeman in one of the, again, like another match where you're like, oh, this is my favorite match on the show. And
dude, there were some good still pictures that were taken from that match of like the shots from the tubes and then just the dust and the glass flying. There was some great visuals and photography that was taken.
Mouse got some crazy shots.
Him and Dan Sham. That's the other guy. Whoever the other guy that was there. There's a couple photographers there. But they did some good shit.
Yeah.
If you go back and I probably just type in Hope to Die? GCW Hope to Die. If you look for that, you can probably find some good pictures, especially from that match. Man, I saw some just awesome photography from center stage.
If you want some good visuals of some crazy shit going down, though, this next match, main event, 6-man tag, Thrusy, Alley Catch, Effy, and Dark Sheik, defeated Los Macizos and Jimmy Lloyd, who got to wear Ciclope's headphones to the ring. Did you ever find out what Ciclope is listening to, by the way?
There's a little bit of a language barrier issue.
Okay.
So when I asked, he just kind of nodded at me. And I was just like, all right, I'll try that again later when somebody can help me better translate. He was just like, yeah, headphones. And I was like, God damn it. All right. I tried. So, but I will get to the bottom of that for you. I might ask Emil to find out for me because I think Emil's learned a little bit of he's learning some Spanish and he can communicate better because
every time he ring announces them, his like Spanish introduction for them gets so much. He introduced Jimmy Lloyd and Espanol for this match. It was so fucking funny. I tweeted about that. I said his Duolingo Spanish lessons are paying off very well.
Yeah.
But this match was fucking crazy. Okay.
You saw my video. Yeah,
I want to skip ahead to like the one spot in this match that like, boy, oh boy.
It was right at the end.
The suplex into the entrance, like the tunnel.
Yeah. I was 4 feet away.
That was
If you
crazy.
watch my video, there's literally me. I could, if I wanted to, I could have reached out and put my hand on Sheik's shoulder from where it went down.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was.
Go find my tweet or
the worst part about it was watching that on TV. You didn't know.
Or my TikTok.
Like,
hang on, I'll just shoot you the TikTok. We'll just do it that way because I got that real quick. You can watch the video. Pull that up. Hold on, just keep talking about it. And I'll shoot
I will.
you.
So watching it, what fucked everything up for me was like they had the camera positioned at the top, and you couldn't see what was going to happen at the bottom. So it was.
No, I couldn't see what was going to happen at the bottom from where I was too because I'm looking down, but it was just chairs with chairs with doors under there.
That was fucking crazy. Let's see
I texted it to you. I don't know if you could text pull up. I assume they do.
Not on my computer though.
Oh, I'll Twitter it to you then. Sorry, my bad. I'm a dumbass. But yeah, you can pull this up right here. Where's your Twitter? Mike.
Come on, Cass. Hey, I found it on your Twitter. I found it on your Twitter myself already.
Hey, but now we're pushing the TikTok now, buddy.
Oh, sorry, Cat. Okay, what is body slam that on TikTok?
Hey, man, we're pushing all the gimmicks. Okay.
All right, let's push all the gimmicks. Here we go.
Oh, it doesn't. It's too small.
Can I full screen this? No, we can't full screen this.
Well, then we'll Twitter. Hey, guys, follow us on the TikTok. Follow us on the TikTok.
No, all right, whatever.
Just pull it up on the Twitter. We got to watch it anyway.
I will find it.
I just you said you had it. You said you beat me to it.
I did beat you to it, and then I closed it to open the TikTok.
I have all the confidence in the world that you can refine that spot to show everybody because
probably we'll get there.
Do I have to try to do it?
No, I got it right here. Here we go. Boom.
We should be able to full size. Yes. So yeah, you can see I literally Steven Jensen's the only from Fightful is in front of me, but we get right up there in a second, like right up on it. I don't know if you can see it, but right behind us is Killjoy and White Mike. Killjoy was
you know some cool shit's gonna happen when the first thing you're hearing is a "Please don't die" chant.
Yeah, before they even start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Center Stage. They have comfy looking chairs.
Real comfy. But look at that, dude. I was like, oh God, where'd they go?
Yeah, okay, so that's the thing, right? Because like even on the broadcast, the position the camera's in is you can't see where they're landing. You only saw we only saw at home the setup for it, and then we see two people just disappear into an abyss.
I'm gonna text you pictures from I took pictures, I'm gonna assume to your Twitter. From like right after that, looking down when I was like, man, I hope he's okay. I didn't post him because I didn't know if he was okay yet. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to post pictures of somebody when he was like actually hurt. But let me shoot you a couple pictures from the after that. There's one. Pull that one up. I thought this was. I was like, oh God.
All right. Woo!
Yeah. So he's just down there in that table with everybody checking on him. You can see Andrew and Charlie or Everett Connors and Charlie are down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what he landed on. 2 tables and some chairs. Look at the chair all fucked up. That's a long fall too. That was a good fall.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like because that was also off the railing, like above the tunnel there too. So it wasn't even like
probably 15 feet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easily.
Crazy. Cyclope and Dark Cheek, both of you animals. Holy fuck. But yeah, that was the match to close out Hope to Die.
And nobody died. So like
yeah,
what a fitting name for the title for that show with that spot to finish out the night. God.
Nope, nobody died. You know,
hung out with Sheik afterwards. She's fine.
Fantastic stuff. And then Yeah, that was your last weekend adventure to GCW, and then this weekend, holy shit, Cass.
Bro, I'm not going to be sleeping much between now. I've slept the most this week that I've slept already. Is what's going to happen.
Starting off September 2nd, I think it's on late too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's 11 midnight
11?
your time, 11 our time.
Oh my god! All right, well,
So I think Central time it's 11 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, I believe.
Yeah, I will probably live tweet this from the Body Slam main account, but we have GCW.
And follow me because I'll be tweeting from my tweeter as well.
We got GCW and Black Label Pro co-show, the 4th year in a row. It's 4 cup stuff now.
It was 2 cups, 3 cups, and now 4 cups.
Oh,
we didn't have a
3rd
1 cup stuff. Yeah.
But the card for this one already is crazy. We've got Shane Mercer going to kill Marco Stunt.
Oh, poor Marco. He's going to get thrown so far.
So, like, is this a snuff film now? Like, because I've ordered it? Like, am I guilty to having purchased this?
I think. I mean, people. If they die, they die. But as long as there's no penetration, I don't think it's snuff. Is it? Is that how that works?
I don't know
the definition.
But
Marco.
Yeah,
that's my buddy. But no, yeah. I hope he doesn't die. But yeah, Shane Mercer's going to throw him into.
Shane Mercer's going to throw him everywhere.
Like, how far can we throw Marco?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure he lawn darted Yoya into like the 5th row last year.
Yeah,
so that would be. I think that's the mark he's got to clear. I think he can get Marco Stunt that far.
He threw him over where they did the milk crate challenge, or he threw him into the milk crate challenge, didn't he?
No, I'm talking about. They had a singles match at the Showboat.
Oh, gotcha.
And he like fucking lawn darted him into like row 5.
I was talking about last year at War Games.
Yeah,
Yoya and Mercer were in that scramble, and that was Yoya's debut. And Yoya got thrown into the crowd through the milk crate challenge that they had set up for Ninja Mac during that match.
So I think it was Fight Club later that month.
Oh, was it that one?
The Showboat is when they had the singles. I gotta look it up, but 6-man tag match got Gringo Logo, Latigo, and Toxin versus ASF, Drago Kid, and Laredo Kid.
Wow.
If you know anything about GCW shows, and this has Black Label Pro involvement as well, but like they lean into the lucha. There's always a good lucha match on pretty much every fucking card. This is gonna be crazy shit. Spot food, as Reg would call it.
So it's just basically Team Gringo versus Team ASF every show now.
Pretty much. Sometimes
with like a new cast of characters.
Sometimes they team together. It kind of reminds me of like when we interviewed ASF heading into Hammerstein.
How good of an interview was that?
And he was talking about how like he always wants to do something with Gringo Loco. Like,
what did he say? He wants to wrestle him forever, I think was his quote.
Yeah. And the cool thing is watching them, they work so well as both a team and as opponents, just from the familiarity that they've developed with each other. That like got a little scoop that Lucha Scramble is going to be nuts.
Mm-hmm. Always is.
So yeah, this 6-man looks dope. Then another match announced for that card. We have Mike Bailey taking on Smiley Kylie Ray. This one could steal the whole show. Mike Bailey will go wrestle anybody and have just disgusting good matches with them.
Yeah.
And then we get to see Kylie Ray back in the ring.
Yeah, it's been a while. So that's fun.
Last time she's been making appearances here and there, but like
it's been not so many. It's been pretty few and far between, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, so she's had one match in August, and then a couple matches in June, a couple in May, a couple in March. So like every 2 months, she gets out there for a match or two.
Good. Well, this will be fun. Mike Bailey, like you said, always puts on a fucking top level performance.
Ridiculous matches. Ernest the Cat Miller versus Joey Janela.
You have no idea how excited I am for this.
You have no idea how excited I am for this. I love Ernest the Cat Miller.
Not more than I do.
Probably not, but like still.
Dude, my WCW fandom is through the roof right now. And especially because I usually see Ernest Miller at these center stage shows. I didn't see him there this last weekend. But usually when I go there for like Championship Wrestling from Atlanta or whatever the fuck, ROH or something, he's there just hanging out. And I'm always like, oh, Mr. Cat.
And lo and behold, who's he wrestling? Joey Janela is back from Japan, back in the GCW ring, and yeah, he's in there with Ernest the Cat Miller. Joey Janela wrestling old legends of wrestling.
Legend Killer. He's the new Legend Killer.
Yeah,
like he did X-Pac. He's gonna try to end Ernest the Cat.
Yeah, who have I watched Joey Janela wrestle this year? Scotty Too Hottie,
yeah.
Super Crazy in Vegas, Sean Waltman. Like, he got in there with Jeff Jarrett in January.
Yeah.
Ernest the Cat Miller now.
Joey Janela. I can't wait to see Ernest the Cat Miller dance.
Yeah, he's gonna dance. He's gonna karate kick. He's gonna karate kick Joey Janela. It's gonna be great. Calvin Tankman is defending the Black Label Pro Heavyweight Championship against
Tank's my guy. I can't wait to see Tank.
I'm so happy he won that title. It's good to see. He works his ass off. He's had another surprisingly athletic big dude.
He's so good for his size, man. He is one of my favorite independent wrestlers. I all in on Tankman. Can't wait to see him.
And he's getting in there with an incredible wrestler in Rich Swann too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole match is gonna be fire. And then the one match.
I wonder if Sue's gonna be there this weekend with him, or if she's staying at home. I'm gonna have to find out.
Oh, who knows? But and then the one match
I didn't mention. Signal to tell my friend to roll us a blunt. Did you see that?
Yeah. Hey. And then the other match, it's the first match listed on the card, but I wanted to save it for last just because it's wild. You got Tom Lawler and Killer Kelly taking on Billy Starks and Brian Alvarez.
And so Killer Kelly's back from injury. I'm happy about that. She's doing Impact now. So
Killer Kelly's back from injury. Tom Lawler's back from Japan. Billy Starks is back from wherever she wrestled at the day before because she wrestles everywhere.
Space Jesus.
And Brian Alvarez is stepping back in the ring.
Okay.
Tom Lawler's gonna kill him. It's my guess.
Yeah, I want to see some head kicks or chest kicks or just something fun. It'll be fun. Yeah. It'll be fun.
I'm excited to see Billy stand up to Tom Lawler. Because she'll do it. I know she will. She'll stand up to both of them. Maybe at the same time. She'll just stare them both down. Alvarez will be checking his Twitter or something in the corner.
Tweeting it. Getting ready for the show, getting some scoops.
Yeah. The next day, 2 p.m.
So that's all of 2 Cups. That's the main event.
That's everything that's announced so far. No, the main events. I think the main. I read the whole card, but I skipped past the tag match. Was the first thing listed for I guess opening the show. If you go.
Oh, gotcha.
But I wanted to speak about it last because that's just wildness.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, that's interesting. But
so
that's Friday night.
Yeah, Settlement Series Part 2, Saturday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so 1 p.m. local in Chicago. And no matches announced for that yet, but Billy Starks, Brogan Finley, Ciclope, Cole Radrick, Jay Vidal, JJ Garrett, Miedo Extremo, Sandra Moon, Storm Grayson, and Yoya is also announced for that one. And Jordan Oliver is announced for it, but not as Jordan Oliver. He is announced for it as I can't remember the name he's under for it.
I love the special graphics they got in there. They're so high budget.
Oh yeah, they I really like how they're rolling with this. So we're not paying a graphic designer for these fucking lawsuits.
Oh, it's because they talk shit. Once they talk shit about thanks for really putting the money in for the graphic, we're gonna lean into it now, motherfucker, and they just really.
Yeah. It's so smart. Oh, so Jordan Oliver's wrestling is Archie Willits.
Okay. I think it's probably that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that'll be a fun show. If you watched the first Settlement Series, it was super fun. You had Effy.
I wonder who the judge will be.
Yeah, Judge Effy. I wonder who's going to be judging this one. I think Effy's got a pretty full plate this weekend. But then the big one for the weekend, I would say, Art of War. That night, Hoffman Estates. Time I don't have, but card so far we've got
8. I think it's an early night show.
This one they have 4. They only have 4 matches announced for this. All of them are fucking crazy though. I can't wait to see what's going to come out over or in the coming days for this because the 4 that they have announced already is just
it's going to be a lot this week. They'll probably announce a match or two a night for the rest of the week.
We've got Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne in a tag match against Aussie Open, which that right there, you could like, if this was, in, like you could go to Detroit and maybe main event a like show in Detroit with this or something like for GCW. This is one of the first matches announced for this show. Alex Shelley versus Blake Christian. That's going to be fucking crazy. Charlie Evans versus Sawyer Wreck.
I'm a huge Sawyer Wreck fan. I cannot wait.
This will be a death match. 100%.
Oh, it's going to be violent.
Yeah. They're both going to go out there and be like, oh, yeah, motherfuckers, watch us. It's going to be so sick. And then, of course,
can't wait to see Sawyer live. I've never seen her wrestle live. I cannot wait.
Man, ever since that Joey Janela match, I've just been like, everything she's in, I want to see it.
Same.
Then the War Games match, weird format for it. It's a 5-way tag team match. So we got the Briscoes, GCW tag champions for the third time now, taking on Alex Colon and John Wayne Murdoch as a team.
Interesting team.
Well, I think after Cage's survival, they're like, all right, you're good. We're good now. We blood feuded it out. We almost murdered each other in a cage. Maybe we team now.
The innocent bystander in all this, KG.
His name is.
He took a bump for the feud.
True. Shout out to Kevin Gill. I hope he's there this weekend.
Oh, he better be.
And Bussy's in the match. Los Macizos and Manswarner and Matthew Justice, a second gear crew.
God, it's gonna be
so
fucking.
Like, I'm trying to figure.
I don't even understand. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out the format for this. Like,
there's
how are
so much happening. You can't. It's hard. It's impossible to watch. I remember that last time when I was there trying to watch this live. I was like, I can't figure out where to watch. There's just so much happening. So now it's just gonna be twice as much.
Well, yeah, because it's weird now because like we still have 5 versus like we have. It's almost like the math makes sense for 5 aside, but it's actually 2 aside and there's 5 teams. So I don't know how they're going to do the order of entry thing. Are they just going to just tornado it and put like all 5 teams in at once? Are they going to go team by team with entrances?
Or one person
from each team, and then they rotate back through.
Snake it back, or I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see, buddy. We'll see.
How do you figure out who has the advantage? I don't know. You got to buy.
Oh, they did a coin flip last year, so I guess we're going to paper, scissors, rock or something this year. I don't know. Draw straws. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. 5 teams. Yeah, 5 teams. You got to draw straws or something, right? I don't know. Buy the bundle.
We'll find out Saturday night from the Grand Hoffman Sports Complex Arena venue building.
And then have a big gay brunch to get rid of your hangover on Sunday.
That's the most fun show of the weekend. I don't care what anybody says. I have more fun at that than I do at anything else.
This is such a stacked card for it too. Got Effy versus Max. We've got Dark Sheik versus Taya Valkyrie versus Ali Catch. Pero versus Kid Bandit. Oh my God, Kid Bandit's gonna get yeeted all over. Devin Monroe versus Jay Vidal. Ashton Starr versus Sandra Moon, and the gayest tag gauntlet match.
I'm going for the McQueens.
Yeah, so we don't have many announcements for that yet. A lot of it's going to be like mystery tag teams in there, or maybe we're just going to find out over the course of the week all the teams.
I saw Dylan and his partner were announced, so that's it. I'm going for them. Don't care. Boom.
Perfect.
Dylan McQueen and partner. That's my money's on them.
What are some other announcements we have here real quick? Matt Cardona has been announced for appearing at the Art of War. Woohoo, nobody cares.
Don't do that to Cardona. He's a star, baby.
But the tweet I'm the most interested that I've seen is Joey Janela tweeting, I have a match for Friday for GCW and Black Label Pro, but not on Saturday. I got to make my money, so let's make Art of War interesting. I have a wild idea. Stay tuned.
Ooh, that'll be fun. Man, it's a big weekend. I can't wait. This is one of my favorite weekends of the year, and technically I'm going there for GCW. I mean, AEW is in the background, but like this has become the reason I go is for the GCW weekend instead of the AEW pay-per-view. It's just now it's a 2 birds, 1 stone kind of weekend thing for me. So
I have this whole weekend between GCW and All Out like that. I don't know how I'm going to consume all this wrestling, Cass.
Tell me about it, brother. I'm there.
Oh yeah, you've got well, you what?
I got
Okay,
Dynamite tomorrow night. I'm mediated for Dynamite. Thursday,
okay.
I go wherever Masha's going, probably. Friday, I've got Rampage. I'm mediated for that. And then I got
Okay.
4 cups full afterwards or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, either the whatever the settlement is, and then I think at 2:30 is the showcase, so I can do both. And then that night I got GCW, and then
Brunch. You
the
got
next the
GCW.
next day GCW for brunch, and then on to pay per view,
Are you gonna
and then
are you gonna
Wednesday or
watch
then
are you gonna watch NXT in the middle of the afternoon on Sunday too?
I wouldn't hold my breath thinking I
No,
would.
no. I have the time for it. And I'm not.
Yeah, let me pull up my phone and I'll be right there watching it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Let me know if you need any media, bro. I'll be shooting everything Friday and Saturday.
We'll hook up. We'll talk. Yeah, just tell them to message. Yeah, but just message me, shoot me a message this tonight, and we'll make plans. I'll be there. Like I said, we'll take care of all this. We'll definitely link up and get some shit shot for sure.
Cassidy will be arriving in Chicago at the wee hours of the morning tomorrow.
Bro, not even wee hours. I'll probably be there about lunchtime because I don't think I'm going to leave here until about midnight because it's 7 o'clock now and I've not packed. I haven't even finished my laundry.
Cass.
Yeah, bro, I don't know. It'll be fine. So I'll leave here about midnight. I'll get there about 10, 11 in the morning, probably, maybe lunchtime. Kill some time until Dynamite. So it's a fun weekend, man. I love this weekend. I complain like I'm like, oh, poor me. I've got to fucking drive.
I've got 5 wrestling shows to go to in 3 days.
More like 8, but whatever.
But
it'll be fun.
I envy you.
But you're going to have to hold things down for me while I'm gone. So, but we'll have a lot of good GCW stories for next week. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's what we got. That's what we all got coming up. Cass?
Well, Mike, why don't you tell everybody about your other projects, about Indeed, about everything, where to find you, what you got going on, what else to view, push all your stuff, my man, and then I'll do the same and we'll wrap this thing up with a bow on it.
Absolutely. Well, you can find me at my Twitter handle that is right there. Oh my God, I got it on the first try. Yeah, professional.
Good man.
You find me right there on Twitter, talking about independent wrestling for the most part, pretty much every day of the week. You find me over on the Body Slam Twitter account at BodySlamNet, and I've started hijacking it to tweet independent wrestling live coverage, and seems to be doing really well.
People, I like it, man. Yeah.
I don't do it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but basically any other day, if I'm watching a show, I'll start talking about it. So look out for some 4 Cup stuff coverage. Probably Saturday nights. No, Saturday night won't be Clash at the Castle because that's on.
That's daytime.
England. That's daytime. That's a daytime tape.
Yeah, so, that's 1 o'clock our time, Eastern time.
So I will be talking about Art of War games on Saturday night, and then this week I'm hosting the AEW All Out post show right here on the Body Slam YouTube with Righteous Reg and Jameis Mooney. We got
a contest.
We got a giveaway. It's our pin tweet at BodySlamNet. We're giving away $25 for shopaew.com. And we will be drawing the winner live on the post show after All Out on Sunday night. You have till 6 p.m. on Sunday to enter. Go do that. You'll catch me back here in 2 more days. Going to be doing Indeed with Righteous Reg every week, talking about independent wrestling. This week, we're talking about Garden State Pro Wrestling. Might have a guest on the show. Kind of trying to secure that. So
hey, I can maybe help you too. So let me know.
Yeah. Other than that, not much. Oh, September 10th, Saturday, September 10th, me and my homie Adam are going to be back here as well with a weekly AEW recap show called All Elite Weekly.
Hey, look at that. Branding, huh? Look at that. All Elite Weekly, Game Changer Weekly. It's like we fucking planned it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Tie-in.
Thank you, wrestling companies who end in a W with your acronym for making this very, very, we just keep it all thematically on brand. But so I'll be starting that on September 10th. Keep an eye on Twitter for a time. We don't know that yet. But other than that, that's everywhere you'll find me. I live and consume wrestling.
Shit, man. Can't beat it, bro. The same here. That's what this household is. So glad to have you on board, man. You guys, you can find me, same thing, right there. on Twitter at Casshole with 3 O's, CASSHOOOLE. You can find me on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much anything with that handle. That's going to be me. Follow Body Slam Net on Twitter as well. Go to the website, bodyslam.net, for your news, coverage, and all that stuff. You don't have to wait for us to share it on social media, guys. Go to the site. Find it there. But appreciate all you guys. Love you. Appreciate the support. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm going to go ahead and start packing. I'll be in Chicago, and I'll see you guys next week with hopefully some fun stories, man. Maybe I'll have something I can tell. A lot of the stories I can't tell. But guys, incriminate. I can't incriminate ourselves.
Bring a friend with you. Who knows?
We'll see. But, man, I had a good time. Thanks for hanging out. This is fun. And, yeah, I'll have tons of stuff from Art of War Games and Second City Summit weekend. We'll have tons of coverage and stories for you guys. So just come back next week. Look forward to it. But, yeah, that's it for me, man. Mike, you got anything else? Or are we done?
No. Thanks for coming and watching.
Fuck it. Seal it up. Tie it up. Let's go, buddy. See you guys next week.